So for a little bit of a recap, in our last session, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Shut the Fuck Up. So in our last session, we talked a lot, and we went to a magic shop for way too fucking long. But outside of that, we have some things fairly well set in stone on your assault on the Rindwall estate. Again, you guys are welcome to pull up the map on Discord. It should be pretty easy to access. Some of you already have it pulled up. Plans of what people were doing. Warden was flying up into the sky and casting control weather so that for the next 8 hours. What?
Nothing. I just forgot this was what we were doing.
The baby just went to the bathroom, by the way. He should be fine.
He's gonna
Well, he was just laying in the toilet recently.
That's what I was just about to say. Just like a dog.
He a dog.
He basically is
Got that
until he
dog.
gets to age 5.
Yeah. So Warden was flying up into the sky to be a metal husk floating, doing his kamehamehas to make sure that the weather is super, super foggy. And thundery. Did you want rain as well?
Light rain.
Light rain? So that's what she was doing. Robin was patrolling around, throwing himself into invisible walls while flying.
And like absolutely
invisible.
zero wind.
Absolutely zero wind. Got it.
Because it's fucking.
Yeah. We had Nari and Nibs kind of patrolling around, while Atan and Mike went to a brothel to possibly get some disguises.
We were headed to
I am
Rio
also
Grande.
disguised while I'm in there.
Yes, you are. What's the black dude's name? Chad?
Chadwick.
It's Chadwick.
Chadwick Boozman.
Chadwick Boozman. So the big brolic black dude, Chadwick Boozman.
He looks
Another bite?
exactly like Chadwick Boozman.
Yeah. And you guys went in and paid some money for some very, very high-end brothel workers. Mostly so that Mike could awkwardly stare at the one he was with for 10 minutes, so that he could get the face of them to possibly stun or confuse the members of the faith that you guys intend on ambushing at the Rindwall Mansion.
Faith is crazy with the context of Brawl.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're pretty faithful.
Hey, you don't know what their faith entails. Well, some of you guys probably do. But regardless, so we're gonna go ahead and go back to there was with
Zach, is this your watching
Yes.
TV?
yes.
It is dead.
It is
isn't
dead.
it? Yeah, it's fucked.
Can we turn on the TV?
We can still turn the TV on if need be.
Yeah, there's a console part in the back that you can use. Not console part. Well, I mean, technically.
So Nibs and Nari were patrolling around
That's the word.
the estate once or twice, and I had you guys roll me 2 different checks. There was, I believe it was an investigation and a perception, which
They sucked. 16 perception, 14.
14 investigation. Okay, and Claire had a 20 in perception and a 12 in investigation. So let me go ahead and pull up the map.
Sounds about right for Nari. She's gonna be perceptive, but she can't fucking.
You know, it's funny because she's more intelligent than she is wise.
We were
She's the highest
just getting to
intelligence.
the brothel,
What?
right? We hadn't actually
Yeah.
done
And she's the
anything.
fighter?
Well,
what's her intelligence?
I'm not gonna roleplay through this.
Because Chadwick wants to get 2 for 30 minutes and just watch.
16.
So he's got options.
That's so dumb. Why?
That's an extra 10 gold, but that
Why
is.
is there no intelligence users?
But he's gonna watch each one for like 30 seconds at a time, and then try and time it so he gets both of them within 30 seconds of each other. So that way, the second one doesn't freak out after he turns into the first one. And if they do, well, then he only has to see them for the 10 seconds while they're running out the door.
Okay. So that's gonna cost an extra 10 gold to get another one in the room.
That's
I'm not going to role play this because I have absolutely always said I'm not going to role play any sexual encounters.
Fair enough.
However,
However,
This
I've got this
piece
TV
might-
screen.
however, let's just slap up 2 girls, 1 cup real quick.
Oh, no.
We're gonna go to black.
We're gonna go blacked.
Black.
I don't feel like this one's black because the black man's not a part of it.
Black man washes.
He's just watching.
He's just watching.
Also, it's Huck roll.
So
It's not often when the black man's.
Chadwick is thrown out before his half hour is done when he changes into them. They get freaked out, security comes, Chadwick gets thrown out, but he is able to get the faces of 2 purveyors that you would generally think, members of the faith would go for.
Hot blonde, hot brunette.
Hot blonde, hot brunette. Yeah, sure.
Hold on.
Half Azimar.
We never found out what type of things those priests purvey.
I don't think we have the time.
Well,
Okay,
those
Gorsh
who
is
know
intelligent.
the faith that is the Brothers of Cat would know they would go for Azimar above
I just
anything
asked
else.
if you picked it up.
Host on.
Hell yeah.
So, while that's happening, Aton's having a good time in a different room. And he comes out and Mike's already there. But as that happens, Robin did his little escapade, Warden
I've
is
never
in the
seen a
sky.
rainbow so perfect as me.
Oh my gosh. So Nibs Nari.
I'm so distracted from where I thought we would be at this moment.
In terms of your guys' perception and investigation checks, I don't know if you remember making those. Neither of you guys notice anything groundbreaking that's going to change things. Trying to go around, maybe get some higher perspectives. You guys kind of don't really get any more information in terms of possibly entering or infiltrating the establishment or any time spent inside. There is kind of like set roadways in there. In terms of carts, there are multiple carts that enter both through the southern gate, which is the primary gate, and on the north gate into the Rindwall smithy. Warden, once notified, would probably recognize a couple different competing smithies and forges that have carts enter in.
I did walk through the town, but to the city, visiting some of the forges as well. So
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone recognized me, if any of the other smiths, but
I would say maybe 1 or 2 recognized you, but you are still new blood.
well, that's good.
You're really only like 3 months old as a business, maybe 4.
But my descriptor would be known enough.
Yeah, your descriptor would be known since you pretty much took over all of the customers from Dontura that traveled back into the rest of the known Danish world. So regardless, Warden's up there casting the spell. You guys don't really notice anything too descriptive to add on to what you already know about the Rindwall mansion.
That's so cool.
So, for those of you who are still around, that being Robin, Nibs, and Nari, what would you guys like to do? We'll start with you, because you guys are the ones still around the mansion itself.
Well, to my understanding, we were going to walk past on our way to the burrito bomb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dom.
So, you guys are heading to the burrito
The
bong.
burrito bomb?
The burrito bong.
I
My
always-
favorite
I
locale.
always call it that. I don't know why.
And is there something Robin would like to try before we get to them?
I mean, I think the only thing he ever had to try was doing the,
Invisible
estimate
fly.
to the wall that he did last time. And I want to, recover the resources from those, which means I have to pick a short rest for the one thing that I used.
You could certainly go to a nearby tavern or go to the burrito
I
bong.
would go to a burrito gong with gang. The gong
Okay.
gang.
The gong gang.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Gong,
So
yeah.
we've got the trio of Robin, Nibs, and Nari in the burrito gong. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and start with you guys. What are you guys doing in there? There is a vast array of burritos that can be had. It's kind of a make your own place, like a Chipotle, at this point.
So they're not just the little ones anymore.
No. There's a little bit of everything there.
Motor oil. Just gonna.
There is not motor oil being
Damn it.
sold at the burrito. But
They got,
I'm really looking forward to
they
that.
got some pretty spicy stuff though, I would assume.
I feel like they could have a burrito that has motor oil in it.
Motorola.
I mean, we can always add.
they wouldn't.
We can always add our own.
Consider-
We can add kerosene.
Considering the races of those who established it, motor oil would not be a primary consumption of any of the races.
What are the races that started it?
Halfling,
Cat.
technically Tabaxi, yeah,
Aisling.
human, and human. It was fairly basic races, no fire resistance,
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
mechanical.
I'm going to say, I seem to remember there being silencers, but I think that was something very specifically James did, and not just you, unique to burrito golem.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. So I don't need her flipping one of those on.
yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna order a big ass burrito.
Okay, yeah.
It better be wet and
You can go
sloppy.
ahead and remove a
Ew.
gold from your
No.
character sheet.
A big ass.
It is probably what you would call a 2 pound to 3 pound burrito.
Fuck yeah.
You don't know. I would assume heavy, like spicy, beans, corn, a lot of chili powder in there mixed in. It's the kind of burrito that you can't pick up.
I'll probably just order a regular ass burrito myself.
Claire, that's
Alright.
not the way you should describe your husband.
It's one of those nights.
It's
Yeah, apparently.
okay, we need to get through
Says
session.
you
So,
start.
Nibs.
Just ask for the
When did I start it?
Wet and salty.
I was talking about a greasy burrito.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah.
I was. It was a basement yard
Cat,
reference.
cat,
It's a basement
cat,
yard reference.
None
cat.
of us watches
From
that.
Five Guys. It's fine.
Well lubricated.
That makes it
So,
worse. I'm sorry.
Nibs.
That makes it.
Just ask for the Exxon burrito. It'll have like, I don't know, salmon and motor oils.
Yeah, beautiful. That's what I want right there. Anyways.
Does Nibs wish to participate in the consumption of the burrito
Of the
dog?
wet and sloppy burrito.
Yeah, he'll go ahead and just get the original standard order of the original small ones,
Okay.
and then he'll get some of their atomic hot sauce.
Okay. Yeah. So get some hot sauce.
How much?
Just, I'd say go ahead and remove gold, just for simplicity's sake,
So,
rather than breaking it into silver and all that bullshit. Y'all have money.
Yeah.
and the thought was we would take it and then start walking back to a spot where we could sit.
Yeah. And there were a couple different locations nearby the street that you could sit and kind of watch the northern gate.
One fancy one. Watch this
So,
roll. I'm pretty sure the sign I ordered off of was a Chinese knockoff sign.
so as I kind of walking along, Nibs is gonna look over at Robin and go, so Robin, that organization you're with, how long you been with them?
You see Robin is just like fidgeting with one of the 3 rings he has on his finger. He looks up at you, wasn't quite expecting the question. It takes him a moment to sort of actually register it, and then, well, found it, right? They helped found it.
Ah,
I ask.
well, it's kind of interesting. Didn't know you were one of the founders, so you've been in this for quite a while. You understand the motivations of the people at the top. I mean, for us down here, it's a bit opaque. I mean, Nara, you came on directly from them, but I came in from the library. I was added in, so I'm not really familiar with the things you stand for and the agendas. I found it very interesting. The emphasis on freeing the slaves doesn't necessarily coincide with a lot of organizations like yours.
Well, let's see, would have been our 5th member of Greek Slave. So, yeah, when you got that in the DNA, it tracks. continually seems to fidget with one of the rings on his fingers.
Hi, insight checking.
Sure, go ahead.
25.
So if you wish to, you can go ahead and roll a deception to try and hide it. If it's not really something to hide, then
I guess.
a minor
what
base.
specifically are you trying to glean? Because some things he might, be more honest about. Some things he might not.
A couple different things. One, you're messing with a ring, so he's obviously going to be interested in that. But he's also wanting to kind of weigh how dedicated you guys are. Like, where is your priorities?
When you
Trying to get it-
when you say your, do you mean Robin specifically, or do you
Or
mean the
your-
organization?
The organization / Robin specifically.
Okay, I'm going to roll deception against the ring, and I will tell you about Robin and the organization.
Okay.
You could just roll deception and then
Pick what
you
you
can
want.
pick it out.
Say one of those I was completely going to be honest with. I rolled a 15 for the deception, so you do beat the insight,
Okay.
Your insight check does pass. As far as the organization, Robin, you can't find anything like he doesn't necessarily have any telltale signs of lying, but he seems to be almost like dispassionate, like he's reading it out of a history book.
Okay. That was kind of okay. And just even though I should know this, I forgot. What's the name of the organization? What I created.
The consortium.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys never named it. I
I
named it
created-
post campaign. Remember.
The
So.
consortium.
And as far as the ring, you look at it, it appears to almost be made of like stone, like earth, with a large ruby set in it. As he's you get, with your insight, with your sharp eyes, you catch just like a little glimmer of light from the ruby, and you almost see what looks like it's a little fast, so it's kind of hard to tell. You see almost what looks like a little miniature room in there. You see a large form, but you can't really glean anything
Oh my
else
god, it's
besides
JoJo.
that.
It's
It
JoJo.
is not a JoJo.
It's not a JoJo.
That is a
Well, I
JoJo
can
reference.
understand why you think it's a JoJo's reference, because I know exactly
I was
what
gonna
you
say
are
you're
talking
talking to a bigger weeb than you are. I am sure.
I don't know if I'm supposed to say bigger,
Whoa.
but
Brownie points it true.
I do know.
Are you going through One Piece?
It is no.
Then
Why
he's
would I go
not.
through that hell? That's like 1,000 episodes.
See, that's what I say.
Wait, what?
Never mind. We don't want to.
Let's skip past. Skip past. Continue.
Someone
Continue.
change around.
I don't need another One Piece conversation in my
Okay.
life.
Oh, you know that the One Piece is real.
Damn, that was what I was gonna say.
Is there anything else to add to the insight check?
I don't believe there is anything now.
Battle of the Virgins. I guess I lost.
He's gonna kind of. Oh. Interesting. He's gonna kind of just nod and go, "Thank you." And I'm going to kind of look over at Nari and mutter in Primordial. We need to
Wish I
talk.
was there.
We have things to say. We. Any ideas? I'm assuming you don't. But he's assuming you don't speak. Right? He is.
Mari's gonna be silent for a few minutes, and until she's kind of pondering what she wants to say in response. She's also gonna respond in Mario. I agree we should talk though. I mean, how long is it until the mission? Probably after the mission.
This evening. It is about 4 p.m. in the afternoon.
We've
You guys intended on doing. The door will likely open at midnight when they go to try and.
Oh, okay. So we've got one.
We got like 6,
Okay.
7 years.
Okay.
I have a 600 lumen little 10 flashlight.
If you have a block.
Perhaps somewhere in private then. Don't mind where.
I have
As private as we
I
can
have
get
a
in this
UV
area.
flashlight.
We
I have a UV
Walking, I'm
flashlight
gonna
for
finish
all my glow discs for
Papa burritos.
so we can play like go do glow.
Now, did we arrange a place like an inn or a tavern we were staying at?
Sure. We'll go ahead and say that actually. One thing I forgot to mention
We're
last
staying at
session.
a safe house.
There is a safe house.
Okay.
I mentioned it in passing, but I did not like considerably go into it. There is a safe house that you guys have been designated to go to. If it's like a quick extraction, we need to get our target somewhere safe. It is a safe house that you will not be disrupted in. It's similar to the safe houses that you guys had in Jelkoa.
I just heard safe house and made a mental note of it. Apparently, I read
Yeah,
more into it
Aiden.
originally than.
So, I was gonna kind of look back up wherever you as after you finish eating. He goes, well, Robin, it's like I don't want to be overly rude, but it's been about 6 months since I've got to talk with my friend, and she pretty much thought I was dead. And I'd like some time to talk with her before we go in and probably get killed. So,
I don't think we'll be getting killed, but I respect your price.
so he goes, no, it's like, meet you back at the safe house in a few hours.
Damn.
Sure.
Okay. Does Robin respect their privacy?
No, I don't. I have invisibility that I can cast on myself at will. I'm going to follow it.
Okay.
Can I roll insight as to whether or not I think he understood us when we were talking in primordial?
cameras.
Sure, go ahead and roll insight.
I'm definitely rolling.
Yeah, he's rolling
against
deception.
You have advantage, I'm going to assist.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that. She's not that great, but
I mean, I can roll with my +10, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
I've already made my opinions.
Well, it was a 15.
Natural one. Natural one.
I have a +0, so.
Yeah, what?
okay.
Bam!
So you roll that one.
Yes.
Sorry,
Let's
I'm going to
go.
burn against you. But
Dari wholeheartedly believes that he
Manifest.
understood the primordial
Manifest.
conversation.
Well,
you guys had.
shit. Okay.
He doesn't have a rocky talkie.
Neither does Nibs. Nibs gave his up.
Yeah,
Very
Nibs
long
doesn't
ago.
have one.
Manifest
Oh
destiny,
my gosh.
baby.
Let's. I'm gonna pull out my journal, which you have yours now.
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out my journal, and I'm gonna know. Let's sit somewhere and write. I have a feeling we're.
We'll start walking. It's like Nibs is gonna kind of nudge you up and say, "See you back later."
See you back later.
And there's a place I want to show you. I spent some time there when I was undercover,
Just checking the.
and I like to find kind of like a park
Okay.
or something in that. I don't know if it
It'll
is.
it'll probably be a half mile or more away.
Yeah.
Because you guys are in like high end city
Yes.
/
We'd have to
manufacturer's realm.
Go, yeah.
So it's a bit of a walk, but you guys can get there fairly easily.
And I am going to follow.
Following invisibility.
Yeah.
All right. So
Best-
as we walk, I'm gonna just
Look,
kind
if
of.
you wanted to talk, you could just say you wanted to talk. But the fact that you said so in primordial means you didn't want me to hear. That makes me suspicious.
That makes him sauce.
No, it makes them sus.
Yeah.
It's okay. They would do this periodically through the entire campaign. So
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
don't
They
know.
thought we were. They
So-
thought we were having a
All
romantic
right, guys, we
relationship.
really got to move on
so
this session.
Did
So.
anybody else have anything before we do this?
Well, no, let's do this, then we'll
Okay.
move on.
So, I assume we walk, and it is about you pull out your journal as we go along.
Yeah.
And we get to a nice little place, and there's a little tree. It's just a little beautiful place. It's very peaceful, and not very many people go. And we sit down, and I reach in my sleeve, and I pull out my book. And we both just kind of sitting there across from each other. like that.
So I can
Yeah,
see.
like I said.
I'm going to assume I can
So-
see them like pulling out
Yeah.
books.
So as you guys continue on, leading to a section of the city that kind of looks down and almost has like a sheer cliff into a lower section of the city. This beautiful park with a central fountain and a whole bunch of benches set around. This is like the first major section of like nature that you've seen in the city, Nari. It's called the Precipice Park. And Robin, as you kind of follow up, the ocean is about maybe a mile and a half straight out, and you can see pretty far into it as the city just goes down from here towards the coast.
So I see them with their books. Can I get up behind them in a way that I can read what's in them?
I would have you roll both a stealth check and a perception check with high DCs.
Well,
To
do
get-
I get advantage on the stuff because I'm in?
You'll get advantage on the stealth The perception will be maybe you catch a word every once in a while. If it's a mediocre roll. Shit.
I'm trying to figure out
So-
a new rolling star.
While he does this,
And I'm going to be using your guys'
That
passive
is
perception.
a 29 on stealth.
Yeah,
Damn.
you guys do not see him.
Yeah, 18 plus 11.
I'm pretty sure neither of you guys even have a perception.
no, we don't. We don't.
And perception, I don't have a new one.
So I'm thinking one of us is sitting here
That
and
is
one sitting,
12.
we're facing each other, so
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
could you could watch one blow.
Yeah. I would say you would have a hard time catching the whole conversation. You'll get bits and pieces, and
Okay.
we'll discuss what you get once the conversation's done. Okay. It's alright.
You sit there for a second and go, it's good to see you. What's that?
I wondered if I would see you again.
It is. But the thing is,
It's a
Things-
it's not inherently a scam site.
I kept an eye on you. We it kind of trails off. You can, this fucking sucks.
Agreed. I'm glad
Um,
to know that you're alive and well, at least. Despite being on the other end of things for a time.
Since we're doing it this way, I'll just have to cut to the chase. It's- It wasn't my intention to betray you when I went to create that undercover. It's like I was paying out money to set up an account so that I could free the slaves, so that I could be that person. But after I paid my money, I wasn't. I was told, "Hey, don't worry about it. We've got a different identity for you than the one you created. This one's better. It's deeper. In fact, you'll have a wife. She'll help because she'll bankroll you." I didn't know I was going to be the right hand to the hunter.
Yeah, that was quite a shock.
I couldn't.
More dice.
Okay.
What is?
Yeah, I'm gonna cry that way.
But it was too good of an opportunity for me to walk away. I came here to free them. That was my intent. And when they put me in that position, I really didn't have a choice but to follow through. But ultimately, I could protect you all, but it was still a betrayal to
thought you were
kill the
getting out.
people. To kill the people that you were your friends and your allies. Hell, you knew them longer than you knew me. So thank you for not. Thank you for not just flat out rejecting everything. But as you know, there are fundamental things to the way life works in Sparks. And like I told you when that first morning after I came back, there are ways to stamp out that fire. Now, what I did for the greater good, but it wasn't what a friend would have done. I had to choose my life or your friends. Their lives or your life. Some of the other lives. But killing dozens so hundreds might live is still not necessarily a thing that sits well with a person, and definitely doesn't sit well to those that you do it to. So I wanted to thank you for at least putting on the front. And I'm glad that I did bring some joy to you. And that you haven't cursed my name to my face since you cut that gem out of me. But I understand what I did. The road to the hells are paved with good intentions. And the one thing that I always said I wouldn't do was betray a friend. It's the one line I wouldn't cross. Fuck it, I'd kill someone, not giving a second thought. But I wouldn't betray a friend. You're a friend of mine and I sold that part of my soul. So, I'm glad to see where you are, what you did. But there are but I get the fact there's consequences to actions. I'll stand judgment by you when this is all said and done. So,
I can't say that I'm not angry. Hey, that's enough. No. Nuh-uh.
you seen that skit where Keel and Peele translates for Obama?
Yeah.
That's him right now for Nari. I can't say I'm not upset. Sorry.
You're fine. Well.
There is no money here.
I know we had to do things that you didn't want to do, but I think there might always be I think there is an equal part that hates you for what you did as is relief that you're just alive. I thought since you hadn't responded to my notes that you might have just got caught again or just had died. And I don't know that one part of me will ever win over the other. I hate that you both live in so deep. But what's to be done about it now? Can't change the past. As we've spoken of many times. But I do intend on finding each and every one of my friends that were not killed, retaken, and seeing that they are safe. And perhaps some small penance for you would be to vote.
He's gonna reach into his sleeve, pull out a little envelope, hand it to you.
Okay? Write it.
He's gonna reach down and go, this is their last known locations. This is where I've sent them. Since some of them have been picked up by agents and have been, and he's like, there are a few that I don't know where they went, but I'll help you find it. Because, remember, I'm so fucking tired. I'm old. It's like, I am old.
Too old to be doing this, that's for sure.
I don't, like I said, I was from the library side, which I already forgot what it is, but it goes from the moment we came back out of that fade, before, as soon as everything happened and that curse was laid upon us, and those demands, the well-being of the slaves wasn't their priority. It wasn't anyone's priority. I don't trust the motivations of any of these players out here. If I'd have followed through with my intentions, I could have done a lot. I don't think it would have been enough to get the information on the callers. So for that, I'm good with them and whistle. I am tired. I'm gonna make sure whatever happens, no matter how it plays out, that I sold my soul for something worth having. I'll see it through. Just be careful. When you get in bed with the devil, you can't complain when you end up getting fucked.
Sorry, Norris, that you heard of the devil that we fought.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Getting fought by
need-
Catherine would suck.
Yeah. So
He was old.
He has a micro PP.
he's got magic.
Magically elongated.
He's
So-
got enlarged reduce.
I would know. I copied his body.
So with that, he's kind of gonna nod to you, close the book up, slide it back in his sleeve, and then kind of get up and sigh and kind of just walk over and put his hand on your shoulder for a second, and then say, "I'd come up here when I could. Look out and try to remember there's beauty in the world. You and I haven't seen a lot of it. But there is. As long as you don't trust him." He's going to squeeze your shoulder and go, "Yeah. You can throw shut." And he's going to kind of chuckle and goes, "Well, only as throw as you can throw someone." And he kind of pats you again and goes, "In my case, that's a long ways." And then he's going to start wandering back down the hill towards the.
So as you guys wrap up, so Robin, from the conversation what you kind of got is more of, you got more of the details side of it. This is where they put me, this is what I was doing, it was not necessarily what I wanted, but it was a great opportunity. You got the sense that through some of the things that Nibs wasn't super happy with the situation he was put in, but was willing to go through with it for the cause. And you note that there probably is a little bit of resentment towards the organization as a whole from the work that he had been put through. But outside of that, you don't really get much of more personal stuff.
Mari's also gonna sit for another second and write a little note to Nibs for whenever he opens it back up. I'll send that to him.
Oh, shucks.
So, with that, you guys all begin
Dies
to
during the
return.
raid.
At this point,
That
by
would
the
suck.
by the time you guys had left and returned, Warden, you have returned. You have returned down to ground level, and the clouds are starting to fall. Rain is slowly coming in, and almost like out of nothing. Like it was fairly clear skies, slightly cloudy. A storm front just appears and slowly starts moving in, and it's coming from the ocean, so that it's not super suspicious.
Sounds like Kansas.
And as this storm rolls in over the next 30 minutes, a thick blanket of fog falls on the city of Gwynder. Visibility is about 15 feet.
Nice.
You can see about 15, maybe 20 if you have really good eyes.
So watching
Would
them.
dark vision help?
So watching them from a mile up, with my farsight goggles.
Before
More
the
like
fog falls.
Before the I was yeah, because the storm the weather takes time to develop.
Yeah.
But I left like 3 hours before the mission would start, so I had plenty of time.
Yeah.
But gleaming at it from afar, what did I kind of get from troop movement, wall movement, guard cycle? I was up there for an hour.
Yeah, you were up there for an hour. All right, let's walk through this. So there are exactly 8 two-man patrols that walk the walls. Now, this isn't a ginormous complex.
Yeah.
It's big, but it's not ginormous. So with 2 groups on each one of the walls, the north, south, east, west wall, at the same time.
I thought you said it was a square mile.
No, it's a quarter mile wide, quarter mile up.
Oh, okay.
It's a quarter mile square. And so with this constant movement, there's not many blind spots. So there's the 18 on the walls. There seems to be 2, like, kind of patrolling the flat top of the mansion itself, kind of going around. It kind of seems to be the leisure duty. And then with that, there's another 3 sets of guards that are kind of just roaming the grounds itself. There's probably a group of maybe 6 to 8 people that are like gardeners working the greenhouse and that kind of stuff. There's 2 or 3 people at the stables, and there is a huge like herd of horses. Like there's probably 30 or 40 in this. It's a fairly large box, this fenced-in area, right up against the wall, but it's still a very, very large amount of horses for its size. There's generally between 2 to 4 people at the training grounds, and the smithy actually seems to be a more well-populated section, with probably in between 10 to 15 people there at any time of the day. You don't know what it would look like in the evening, though.
Okay.
A few different, like, large, illustrious carts that you would assume to be other noble families or royal procedurals come through as visitors, but they come and leave within an hour. And you never see Paykar himself.
Okay. And per our information, like, we are 100% certain he's at the compound.
Yes. To all of the information you have gotten, there is no reason to suspect he is not here right now.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So, with that, Robin heading back, probably a little bit ahead of them to be there before they get there. Mike, Atan, you guys all kind of, actually all of you, time kind of comes together. You guys all kind of converge back on the street of steel north of the estate. You know, you guys took a little over an hour with the trip. You guys took a little over an hour. You were a little over an hour going up and down. So approximately everyone's kind of coming back together at about the same time.
I'm coming back looking like a blonde hooker.
Yes. And you are definitely getting some strange looks and very intrigued looks. This is not a street that a hooker would walk.
Especially with a dragonborn.
At all. If anything, what people would likely be thinking of you right now is the fact that what's the glorified hooker called?
Escort?
No.
Skank?
Call girl?
Cortesian.
Courtesan?
A courtesan. Yeah, a courtesan. It's more like a courtesan and her guard are escorting her to some high-end client, considering this is a like rich, noble section of the city. That's probably what would be the like public opinion of what's going on here. You probably get a couple, whistles and looking fine. just a little.
I stare at them when I do that.
Little
It's like death stare with the blue eyes. Just
my hooker. So as you guys kind of gather back together, I'm assuming sharing intel with each other, kind of detailing some of the things you've learned. You now have a disguise that you can use. You can also detail out to someone another disguise for someone else as you head to there. You can literally just show them what they need to look like. So if you want to have 2 hookers, you can. So that's going on. Warden comes down and is pretty much saying, in about an hour, we won't be able to see anything. Is there any discussion you guys would like to have before we kind of move forward? That is at least one, yeah.
Yeah, Nibs wants to come over
Yes.
to you
So
and
we say discussion.
he comes up and goes, I didn't get a chance to introduce myself. My name is
Do you stay in your hooker?
Nikolai Freudenstein. Most folks call me Nibs. It's good to meet you, cousin.
All around.
it's good to meet you too.
Okay.
That just like at the very weird angle. At this point I just pick you up. It's like, how are you doing?
I'm very sensually as if I'm the actual hooker.
It's always good to meet one of the chosen few.
Yeah,
One
I'm
of the
going
superior
to be
races.
very confused by the suddenly blonde hooker in
Superior
her face.
bloodline.
And of course, once I hear the voice,
It's always nice for someone to kind of notice.
Why
Like,
I'm
now,
just like,
now,
did you
I know I am
good-
from a
good
dragon
talk
line and everything like that, and I am pretty strong. Just like flexes, just like right over.
Unless you have magic
Just
in the-
flex
This is
it's
the
like-
weirdest duo of conversations ever.
I'm sorry, I don't think that. Well, I don't think that.
Nibs is gonna go. I know I'm a little short.
Abstract
He's
figure.
gonna. What's your
I say, do you?
he's gonna challenge you for a beer, for beer and arm wrestling contest.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Athletics.
Shift in
So
my
go ahead and it'll just be a raw
hot
strength
brunette
check.
hooker now.
Okay.
It's not athletics. You don't
Maybe
have to be
this is more
athletic
your
to
flavor.
do.
We both have the same
shift into blonde
amount
hooker.
of
That's
modifier.
why, what's this one?
Okay, so Robin and Mike are having a discussion
myself
about
that
hookers.
Wow, I
can
totally
cast
botched
something
that.
else.
Raw strength.
Just like, hot.
You got 13, I got 12, plus 5. Wait, do we add the
Is
modifiers?
it
It'll be strength. Your strength
I
modifier
didn't
is
know.
what's added.
strength modifier?
Oh,
That's
so
very
Same. So I rolled one better than you.
wait, do I? So
To
on
be
here,
fair,
if I click.
to be
Okay,
fair.
Well, yeah, because
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah,
still.
sorry, you're right.
So, yeah.
So you actually got 13 plus 5 for an 18 to my 13. Bam! You just gotta take this shit out. He's like,
So yeah, as you two are talking about hookers
There's
and
just 2 hot hookers over here chatting now.
yeah.
He disguised himself as the blonde one.
Okay. So as you guys are talking, y'all just hear an arm smack into wood and a kind of like grunt of pain as a Ton kind of like stands up. "Ah!"
and Nibs is laying on the table flat.
It's like, but then I
Because his
pick
whole
it
body
back
went
up and say,
horizontal.
Yeah.
"What drink am I getting then?"
Warden like casually takes one of his arms and just like picks you up from the buttocks, like just like from the leg. Just
Whoa,
like,
whoa,
No, not from the
Whoa.
buttocks, but like
Just
I
like.
I basically take 2 of my arms on my right side and grab your leg and just like lift you.
No.
As I'm laying there on the thing, I'm like, best out of 3.
Yes,
best
you are
out of
heavy.
3. 'Cause I
He's
hold it-
pretty much a hydraulic press.
Yes, he's a hydraulic press. I still would like to challenge that.
You
How
can definitely
heavy are
not allow it.
How
Like
heavy
if
are
you
you?
want to
I
not
am
be
not
picked
allowing that.
up.
How
Okay.
heavy are you?
I didn't check weight.
He's probably in between 3 and 350.
Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that was it?
And remember,
100.
I am made of
350.
Okay, don't forget that.
He's made of metal.
I was thinking 35.
He's
I
literally.
was-
he's
No, no,
literally
that's-
I was
actually.
yeah.
No, because I thought
was
he
like,
was.
that's
pretty
not
heavy.
three.
How heavy are you?
Of course.
With my new
Go ahead.
armor,
Like 200, 250
Oh, I
pounds.
have my own deck. Okay.
Yeah,
He's
so-
probably
Uh,
600
I don't
pounds.
know what I'm doing.
Oh, I don't know what. Oh, I was
Ooh,
thinking
you
of
went
the
round two.
Phantom.
With my cold plate, I was 500
There was
pounds.
some
So
not
I'm,
good
I'm pressing like
I'm
700.
So that's
You're
that's
pressing
number two.
650.
And 3.
I was gonna say, I thought he was somewhere
That
in like
is
the
a
5 to
25.
I
9
was
range.
thinking logistics. I was just.
Nips
So-
won
No, they're
the
not.
best out of 3.
Wait, hold on. No, it's too late now. I won't say. I was gonna say,
Drink
can
the
I
health
rage?
potion.
Can I rage after the first loss?
After the first loss?
Do you want to
Well,
blow one?
I was gonna say you would have raged.
I would have
Sure,
raged.
go
so
ahead
can-
and roll that last one. Now he rolled a 24, so you have to roll a 19 or better. But
Damn it.
I was gonna say
I
you'll have a
tried.
hard time
I
still
tried.
beating.
I
it.
tried.
Yeah, so go ahead and mark a rage off.
It's
Um,
completely fine with me. I've got plenty. And persistent rage.
so-
So I can just persist.
He's
He's
already
just,
raged.
he's just pissed off
That's
that
what
he
you
lost
I know.
for
To a kobold.
the rest of
He's
the day.
so mad.
2 out of 3 on a cobalt.
Brother has infinite rage.
Because he's always.
Yeah. So
But I buy you. I get you some
some drinks are purchased. Some hooker lookalikes are had. Is there
I
anything?
blame it on the hooker activity.
So, Warden, Nari, do you guys
It lowered
want
my strength.
to do anything throughout the mid to late evening as we lead up to this? Because we're gonna get into this very soon here.
Yeah, I was going to note through my hour of watching, Warden is keeping his internal clock on the patrol rotations on the wall
Okay.
and factoring in all of the multifaceted errors, the plus or minuses and everything like that. So, and the rough distance between patrols and everything like that. So he knows if there's an opening at the top of the wall in case we need to get to the top of the
Okay.
wall.
Yeah, the top, the wall itself, very well patrolled. The mansion, not as much.
Yeah.
Like on top of the mansion, its roof.
Yeah.
Which
But
there
I know
are
that
multiple
there's-
different sections.
I
of
know
the
that
roof of
there's
the
some
mansion.
small openings,
The largest is about 20 to 25 seconds.
which should hopefully be enough. In reality, we would just need to get a couple over. And then again, that is a fail-safe plan.
So,
So
to solidify your guys' plan, are there any distractions you guys would like to put up outside of the hooker? Because
Outside
here's
of the
here's the thing.
I would like
There-
stuff
there
the
is
living
now
ants to
a
the walls.
around this time, as you guys are grabbing probably dinner at Burrito Gong and get everything set. There is such a thick fog. You could be at the base of the wall looking up, and the guardsmen on the wall couldn't see you.
Damn.
That's how thick the fog is. It's a 20-foot visibility.
That's
So,
fucking force.
A hooker is not going to draw much attention because no one's going to fucking see her.
Well, when the door opens up, they're going to be standing there.
Now, obviously that's a distraction. I'm talking a distraction for the estate as a whole, not for the members.
I think we decided not to.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
just going
just 'cause
to.
it was kind of
We're all going to be
logistically
invisible
hard.
except for them.
Yep.
And we're
Yeah.
going to be lined up around the door. So once they step out,
Yeah.
Hill Brothers sneak into the woods
Because
behind
I
the
was saying,
wall.
really,
or
the
whatever.
only distraction I could think of would be try and do something with the stable. So that is on the entire opposite side of where we want to be.
Yeah.
Also with the fog, most distractions would be a distraction.
Well, if all the horses were out, then
Yeah.
that'd be pretty fucking distracting.
we
for the
have to
whole
get
group.
in before we can do that.
But
We
yeah.
can't fly
Yeah.
over, so we
We
can't
learned
throw
that.
an.
Let's
We
get
can't
in
fire.
first.
We can't fireball over the wall.
Yeah.
How tall's the wall again?
It's about 30, right around 30.
With magical defenses that he ran into and fell and knocks out magic and does weird stuff, which he told us.
When it gets really close to time that we're expecting the two to come, I'm going to be
Pause?
walking. Yeah. I'm going to be walking. Are the patrols moving clockwise or counterclockwise?
They are moving counterclockwise.
Okay.
So they would start at the gatehouse, go towards the greenhouse, and then head north and around.
Perfect. I am going to go east on the wall then, and with my 30 feet, I'm going to go right up to the wall, and I have 30 feet of range, and This is going to be happening kind of like right when I'm going to be waiting for a signal if the doors are opening, kind of thing, for the priests.
Okay.
But I'm going to thaumaturgy, causing harmless tremors in the wall, and then maybe, and that's for 1 minute, and then I might create an instantaneous sound.
Okay. So you're pretty much waiting for it
So
to
you're not.
cause.
So you're not going to be anywhere near us when we go through the gate. There's because we're going to hit them with silence, kill them, and walk through the gate before they put the spell back up.
Well, I was thinking,
And we know that magic doesn't work on the wall. It dispels his magic because he told us any interaction with the wall or above the wall immediately dropped the
well,
killed
it's
the magic.
shaking. It's shaking the ground, so the tremor.
Okay. Where exactly are you? Like, how far away from the gate?
The tremors are for about a minute. I'm gonna be about.
We're going through the faith gate, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna say 120 feet east, but then I look, kind of aim another. Well, I can only see about 20 feet to cause the tremor, so it's about 140 feet to the east.
So you're approximately right at the corner, east of the gate of faith.
I think he wants to be in the east alleyway, right?
The entire north wall
So
is
if
like
you-
1,300
Yeah.
feet long.
Yeah.
So.
So 140 feet would be right about the corner.
Oh, and this is the gate we're coming in from.
Yes, that's the gate you're coming in from. So east would be there.
Yeah, so I'm going to kind of shake the tower a little.
Okay, shake the tower. Got it.
And it's going to be shaking for about a minute, but and
Okay.
then I'll
So you're going to be down there.
I would
We're gonna-
figure
we're gonna
I would
walk
figure their
you-
interaction.
So we're gonna have to walkie you and say go, so you can do a distraction at the tower.
I'm assuming the doors take a little while to open. Maybe.
Are they big gates or are they like a little?
It's-
At
sand
postern
door?
gate, right?
It's a postern gate. It's not very large. You would say maybe 10-foot doors, and they're a straight oak, but there's a lot of magical resistances to them.
But not anything strength related?
They very, very thick.
Would someone be able to detect that the magical locks are opening?
They have.
You would say you'll probably know when the door opens when it opens.
Strength redemption.
So-
Do they have to chant a prayer to open it?
You do not know much about opening, just closing and locking it down.
So
Okay.
my understanding is the two of you are gonna stand just in the fog, out of line of sight of the door. So when they come out and start there, you'll walk from the fog towards them, pulling their attention away from those right by the door that are invisible that are gonna shank their asses. Or are you gonna just be standing there so they open the door and are like, "What are you doing here?" before they step out?
I'm
Step
I
out.
was-
You're interrupting their locking the door, right?
thinking
What?
we are walking up as they're walking out. So-
wouldn't it make more sense to just idle outside of there? Because with heavy fog, we wouldn't be seen by any of the guards.
The doors, are they on the exterior edge of the wall, or are they like in the center of the wall?
They're slightly inside. They're not what you would call the center, because the walls are about 10 feet thick.
So they're like 2 or 3 feet.
They're
inside.
2 or 3 feet in it. There is certainly a concave there, but it is not massive.
Then we probably just loiter right outside around the
Yeah.
corner, and as soon as we hear the doors open, kind of come around the corner.
Where's the rest of the party going to be in relation?
Well, my understanding was the three of us were going to be invisibility potions
Yeah.
right just within a few steps of them, so they step out and then we can hit them
Yeah.
before.
We could just be on one side of the door, and you guys can be on the other side of the door.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, it depends on.
depending on if the doors swing out, we might be
Well-
crushing them.
I mean, we'll be right there invisible.
Well, that
Yeah.
Like if
also
they
we
swing
can't
out, you'd be
be.
here, not necessarily like
Right behind
in that 2 or 3 foot section.
Be along the wall
Yeah,
on the
that'll not-
outside.
I can throw something
I
up.
don't think the hookers would
I was
not
like,
be
are we gonna fight there in this?
There.
Are we gonna do
Could
that?
I mean,
Somebody
it's
order
going to be a
room
map that
service?
is fought in a 15 by 15 square. So I didn't necessarily feel the need to make a battle map.
Okay.
However-
That's cool.
Just so for visualization.
For visualize. Actually, what is? Nope, the other side doesn't have it. I thought I drew something, but apparently I didn't.
Druids! They're into art.
Can you go ahead and hand me Mr. Brown? Oh my lord. Y'all look at this. So we'll go ahead and mark this as the wall. We'll have this right here as our postern gate. And you guys can be along that. Remember, the wall is slanted slightly. But there is a large open road, so the road probably ends about 30 feet this direction, so about here. That's how wide the road is up until you start getting to other businesses. But you literally can't see the other side of the road.
Okay.
So if you guys want to go ahead and pull characters out, you guys can set them where you wish them to be.
Ooh, that's fun. Oh, there's my guy. Oh, okay. So I'll wait till you place yours and I know where we're
Nari's
going.
going to be down there somewhere. Yeah?
You got a character for me?
Not necessarily planned. You're a whip guy, right?
Yes.
I should probably be
But you're a hooker right now.
And chains.
somewhere in the
Somewhere.
I'm off the
somewhere.
map
Probably
right
not
now.
behind. Yeah, there you go. That's one right.
Nari's got a cast. I got
I can have something better for you next week if I put some thought into it. But
You got a barmaid?
a barmaid? No, not really. I can just give him a basic ass character.
You are this basic ass black woman with long hair.
So you guys are all standing around. You guys are right
Just
outside
that
the door.
Or you guys
So-
on this side like
that
Yeah.
close because then they'll be able to
Well,
see.
the door is
That's not
not.
the
The
whole
door.
point.
Well,
This
y'all are
is
drinking
yes.
invisibility.
This is
potions.
an opening here. This
Oh, yeah.
space.
Remember,
will come out.
everybody has one invisibility, one flying.
So I'll get ready to use that now.
So we will know
Do you have your
generally.
remaining warden? Okay, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
So warden, you're going to be down a ways.
Yeah.
Until I can see the base of the.
So is your
Tower.
hoe?
Would you say I still have rage going, or should I?
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I
Your
didn't think so. I
the
didn't think
berserker
so.
rage persists for 1 minute.
My
It is
hope-
not a persistent
My
as in
hope is that
forever.
I'm
I
able
mean, I'm
to
pretty angry
align,
though.
align the spacing of the troops,
Yeah, I forgot
of the
about that.
patrols, and also the timing of the door opening, that I'm able to delay the next patrol crossing over the gates area. So that way, if there is any noise, we have a larger than a 25-second window.
I have a spell that we were given that's going to silence. This whole area is in silence.
It's a 60-foot radius silence.
It'll still delay the patrol.
Now,
so-
also
Right.
recognize
It'll
when
silence
guards
them.
up above walk into the silence,
Yeah.
that's also going to be confusing. So
Yeah.
delaying that as a possibility is also a good idea.
I don't have a wool kit.
As long as we don't make a lot of noise up front, I guess if noise starts to happen, then you can bop it in.
No. Who has a bonus action that isn't really worth anything?
Why do you ask?
To
That's
use the
rude.
bonus action to activate the silence.
What do you mean activate the silence?
There was a ring that was given to you guys that activates the silence spell, which means no sound, which you kind of need when you're trying to kill 3 people quickly and not have guards here.
But why is the bonus action?
It's a bonus
It's a
action.
bonus action to activate.
Oh,
Yeah.
then yeah, I don't have good bonus actions. Grant,
My
what did you
bonus
say?
action is my rage.
Hey,
Super
what are you? Use your words. What are you trying to say?
Yes, I get it. Uh-oh, crayons. Your crayons are out. It's fine.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Words
So-
are hard.
For people under the age of 2 especially, words are nonsensical, actually.
And for drunk people.
And for drunk people.
In case I'm wanting to alter anything with the weather, do you want me to roll a d4 so we can get how long it would take for it to take effect?
Are you able to alter past initial casting?
Yes.
Yes? Is it
I'm able to-
concentration?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
That's
able
fine.
to control it up to 8 hours. So.
Okay. It takes about 30 minutes for
It
changes
says
to
a
it.
1d4 times 10 minutes
Then
I-
for new
okay.
conditions to take effect.
Well, as a baseline, we're gonna say 30 because that's technically your average of your
I
D4.
rolled a 1.
Okay, so we'll say it's lower. We'll say it'll come in 10 to 15 minutes if you have any choices.
That's
However, you'll have to roll the D4 when you actually decide the change.
Oh, okay.
Which could take longer.
Yes.
Rolls a
4.
10.
Yeah.
Rolls a 10 on the D4. How the fuck?
What time is it now in relation to when we know the priests typically?
Well, it is midnight, so unless you guys have anything else, we are going to midnight right now.
Okay. Then Warden is going to right now start to increase the occurrences of thunder.
Occurrences of thunder? Okay.
Yes. No stable.
That's pretty good thunder.
That is pretty damn good thunder. Slightly more sharp, piercing, some would say.
That way, by the time we're in, that effect starts taking place. So
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, so we drink the potions. You don't need to drink the potion. You don't need to drink potions. On a technical note, would we get a surprise round?
Yes, you guys will get a surprise round if, just as a general sense, if someone has the alert feat or something like that, they would not be surprised. They would have an action in that surprise round. But yes, you guys will have a surprise round.
Okay, you want us to roll initiative now?
Go ahead and roll some d20s. Yes.
Before we begin, I would like to cast a gift of alacrity on myself to give me plus 1d8 to my initiative.
Okay. Sounds
Oh,
good.
I rolled 2.
And I'm going to go ahead and remove a potion of invisibility
And that
from Claire.
does last for 8 hours
Oh, yeah, let me do that as well.
and is non-concentration.
Alright.
We'll do that.
Just from my understanding's sake, how
Oh, okay.
do you want to
Advantage, that's
roll
why.
like gear in this case? Typically, when I shift, like all the gear doesn't fully shift. I have other changes to clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you'll have your gear on.
I just
You-
set most of it over to the side and then basically just
Yeah.
assume that I grab it.
You
like,
can have your bag and stuff, but I would still allow you to have your, say, armor and weapons on hand and your poisons.
'cause normally I just kind of
Alacrity
disguise it.
plus 1d8 to initiative.
But as far
Yeah.
as like the bag of shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
anyways,
Why is he so not happy today?
his canines are coming in. So the past couple days, he's not been a very happy camper.
I think he needs the other one of those.
And I think he's having either 2 of the 4 or 3 of the 4 canines coming in all at once, which means the front of his face just hurts like shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
We love
Stop
that.
being a little bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
when
just
you're in
fine.
pain and then you also don't get what you want.
And also fail to communicate what you want.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Let him
Okay.
have a sip of this. He'll forget his face hurts real fast.
I mean, I know a lot of people who really do endorse that.
Where are you going?
I need you to make it so.
Are you just gonna?
I'm just gonna take
She's going home.
Okay.
This
I was
is-
just
this
saying,
is-
you hop in on a Discord or?
well, I'm gonna have to go to the bedroom now, so.
Okay.
Effectively, no.
Effectively, no. I'm sorry, so I just have to do it.
Don't worry, Nari. We will have combat next week for you to destroy.
Well, we'll be able to get the combat done this session. We still have an hour.
Oh, we're gonna blow this so bad.
Quite possibly.
Let's get it. Alright.
Okay,
I
real
know
quick.
this.
Hey, Nari.
Yes, I am.
Right before we leave, he is going to look in the book to write you a note. So what did it say?
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Dang it, no, I just had it.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Fuck, why?
What does the note
I know.
say? It says fuck you.
Okay.
The note says, F.
Okay, here's what it said. Nibs. What is a soul except to be lost anyway? To lose one proves that you had one, and it was brave enough to pursue danger for the sake of others. Or some. The little girl that is James, shush. The little girl that is still a slave in her father's house hates anyone that causes her kind pain and suffering. But the woman that she grew into knows that not all souls that are dark are evil. I hope that when the dark comes for you, it feels like the embrace of a friend. Don't grow too tired before you can complete your penance, though. Perhaps then the little girl in me can forgive you. But know this, I don't have to forgive you to cherish you in my heart as my dearest friend. Don't go into the light or dark anytime soon. Sorry.
Shucks. Okay.
Daniel, I can't kill my character now.
No, that'd be the perfect time to do it. What do you mean?
Boy, you're not gonna kill her, just that, you know, there might be like an arrow shot or waiting to duck on the head.
There might be just a random disintegration in the final boss battle.
You've pulled that trick before, I've seen it before.
No.
Counterspell!
Random disintegration?
Counterspell,
Yes.
counterspell!
I wasn't random.
It's like,
It was very intentionally there to kill
I
Alex.
bardic inspiration
Well, it
that
did.
guy.
But I actually haven't killed anyone with a disintegration.
Well, he died, but he was
Mother.
revived.
I call
No,
divine
because you can't revive off of disintegration,
It's, yeah.
other than true resurrection, which no one's died due to.
Oh, I know. I think it was just really close to him dying due to disintegration.
I once heard I'm gonna disintegrate with like 3 health.
Yes, Analax, no, Gnomekoth survived a disintegrate with 8 HP.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Wow. Brother's just got like one like fucking
Jinx
arm.
survived a Finger of Death with 5.
Yeah, that hurt.
What? It's quite the fingering.
Yeah, if,
Okay.
if you died, it would have
So-
been
I've got the initiatives of the Faith.
Okay, man, let me tell you.
The Faith Inquisits.
Someone needs to roll for Murray.
Yeah, damn it.
Yes, sir.
25.
25. You will likely be going first, unless someone rolls above you.
What is Nari's initiative
Fast hooker.
modifier?
Oh,
and slow hooker.
I can pull her character sheet up. It's +5.
She rolled
Damn.
24.
24. Okay. Alright, any other 25 to 20? 19 to 15.
15.
17.
15.
15, so 17.
Woo!
What's your dice?
You don't get a
Plus
fast party.
2.
Plus 3.
So I rolled technically better than you guys.
Yes, but
I have worse.
it's to go first.
And I
with
had
dexterity
advantage.
modifier.
So
Yeah,
it
but
makes
now
it
he
even
gets to go
worse.
first. So Nibs at
I
15,
rolled
followed
8
by
and 13.
Matan at 15. Okay, and then
7.
7.
Yeah.
Damn.
I will say
Yeah.
you are 8 lower than the second lowest. The second lowest was a 15 in this encounter here.
This is, second to lowest.
Yeah.
Not second.
You understand what I was saying now.
Okay. Now, gotcha.
Okay. So, as you guys are
It's just
standing
these
there,
massive cans. Like, I'm
Just
not used to them.
the huge cans, the massive bahonkadonks,
Even all of my female forms.
the
just aren't this massive.
dahonkalukadinks, the massive mommy milkers, is lowering your dexterity by at least 3 points. Brother can't move lest he become uncovered.
I mean, granted.
He already
Dude,
pretty
so-
much is.
Would that be the worst?
I went from like B's to like triple B's.
Nah, Triple H. Just bigger than your torso.
There's not a hooker there. There's just 2 boobs there.
Hey, holy man.
What's up, father? Or should I say, daddy?
That has to be a reference to something I don't get.
I mean, I'm sure it is a reference. I did not make it as such. I don't know what the reference would be.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
certain it has been said before. Either
Are
way.
you happy to see me, Daddy? Or should I get on my knees and pray?
Okay.
Let's save this for when the people who are actually trying to
As the fog thickens and you guys are sitting outside drinking your invisibility potions, taking your hooker forms, and sitting outside this door, are you guys where you wish to be?
Sure. Because
That's
my
one place.
understanding is this is an opening. They will step out here and be in this area and then step out. Or is that the door in a vertical
that is the door in a vertical position.
Oh.
They're basically
So-
going to step out like right here.
Yeah.
I think we need to be a smidge farther
Ish,
back.
like on that line, because it's like 2
Yeah.
to 3 feet, so they're half.
Yeah.
They're basically on the line.
They will be stepping out on
10,
that
you
line.
got 10 foot. Yeah, I think that'll-
And then we just draw their attention to the left instead of from the right. And then you guys go,
That's right.
haha,
Yeah.
surprise.
So, I will denote. I'm going to go ahead and say that by technicality, Nari will go ahead and start, even though she's technically lower, because whoever's doing the silence has to go first.
Yeah.
So unless Robin,
Which is
unless
fair.
you want to sacrifice your bonus action,
I mean, I don't think I'm doing anything with it first turn.
okay, then you can go ahead and take the
Yeah.
silence.
she can bonus action.
What's the range on
approach.
silence?
It's a
60
60-foot
foot.
radius, so it'll be
So
halfway to you.
guards are also
Oh,
gonna be-
okay.
Oh well. Oh well.
So, as Bernard and
Actually, hold on. Before they get it.
that is the
Two
father's
things.
name.
No.
One,
Yes.
can I find a point where the silence will like envelop all of us, but won't really get up to the wall?
To do that, it would have to be far enough back to where someone could run back inside the door with ease and start screaming.
Fair enough. Second, if we're just gonna instantly cast this, like, are we going to instantly cast the silence once they get out, or are we gonna like,
Wait and see if noise happens.
yeah, just like give them a little, see if we can distract them a little bit.
I was gonna say if,
If
we
you're
can, if
piling-
you can start escorting them and then you activate it, bam.
Because we have to make sure the door stays open.
They're going to have to lock the door, and they're going to be doing that basically immediately.
Unless you
We're
distract
only
them.
there to distract them for a split second because they're still going to try and lock that door.
Yeah. And it takes 30 seconds to cast the
Well, that's right.
lock
It's
on.
magic. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
For war. I thought it
In
was
that
just like
case,
unlocking.
can we just
You
get
can
like all of
probably
them
wait
like ready
like
to
6
ranged attacks or
seconds,
something?
potentially. But
I'll
Yes,
ready.
we're-
So I know
Yeah.
we're within seconds
I'm a
of this whole
barbarian.
thing going down.
I'll just
Right,
wait
at
till the
least-
actions.
Yeah, at least
I'll just
get
wait
them
till
to
we
ready
get-
something. So
Well,
like whenever
you
I
guys are
say
getting
out-
a surprise round. So to
Yeah,
ready
okay.
something is effectively doing the exact
Okay.
same.
Warden is gonna be like, I have to practically dash over to them. I'm
Yeah.
really heavy. It's gonna make a lot of noise.
Hippie.
So like it's gonna make a lot of noise.
Oh, I
but
keep forgetting to add +3 to my
Warden is gonna second guess himself and be like, maybe I should do this. And he's gonna try to focus.
Plus 3 damage when you're
Because he obviously he hears over the comms that they're ready to go down, like just about to go down. He's gonna try to focus really, 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 really fucking hard to cause like a couple of lightning strikes really close that are like really, so it's like really loud while he's
Okay.
running.
Okay.
I'm assuming I'm gonna have to roll a couple things.
So you're gonna have to roll a 1 on that d4, and you will pretty much not really be able to do any other major effects except for 1. I'll allow 1 other major change in the weather throughout the evening.
Damn it.
That's the worst you could have done.
Did you roll a
Man.
4?
Yeah.
brother.
Can't roll a luck check to have it cover my at least one lightning strike, so it like,
Sure,
covers
go
my
ahead and
blood.
roll luck.
Fuck yes.
It's not meant to be.
Brother's just
No.
not getting lightning.
The rain actually kind of slows a little bit as that happens.
Damn.
Brother's just bad.
Yeah, because I got an 11 luck.
Washed.
Washed. So, still going for the thaumaturgy plan though?
Hold on. Here, let me.
Be swift.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
You can place him while he does this.
Man, that's something like
That
others
is
I
fair.
could say.
Okay, well, if it's going to
Thunder.
affect
Okay,
this, then
so
that's different.
actually, instead of, I'm gonna stand with it because I'm within sight of the base of the corner.
Mhm.
So instead of that, I'm gonna create the origination point at my feet, and I'm going to thaumaturgy create an instant sound of rumbling thunder,
Okay.
which affects a 30-foot radius,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna use that 1 minute of sound to cover my tracks a little bit.
Okay. So as
Dumb.
so
I didn't need real lightning.
that's going to happen when you get the call of
Yes.
shit's going down. So, as you all are sitting there, just kind of slowly waiting in silence, eventually you hear the crack of the door. It is as if stone that hasn't been moved for 100 years just separated for the first time. Like, that's the sound. It is loud, and it kind of surprises you guys. And as the door opens, you see two, one's a dwarf, one appears to be an Azamar. Big dudes, kind of like push on the door and crack it open. And opening up is a man in seemingly like bright gray, almost what you would call ghastly robes. He's not wearing any armor, he just has a staff on him. You would assume that that is Father Bernard. And yes, Jack, his name is Bernard. You were surprised earlier.
Sorry, no, I was thinking of Thomas's kangaroo character.
Yeah. And so the two brothers, or directly beneath him, are pressing into the door. They are still wearing their armor. And so as they kind of like press the door open, almost side to side of him as bodyguards, they kind of step out and are immediately entranced by the largest pair of the honkalonks. Pair of pairs of the honkalonks. And I'm going to consider them stunned. No.
Oh, come on.
They are surprised. They are surprised for sure. Do you guys say anything or do anything before passing?
That's on your other
Pop silence.
Pops silence. Okay, so this will have a surprise round. Father Bernard does have the alert feat, so he will have a turn in the surprise initiative order.
Not if he's fucking dead.
But, Robin, you immediately start by using a bonus action to cast silence, and everything goes mute. Any spells requiring the verbal component, unless they are cast through the subtle spell ability, cannot be cast. So, spell casting is nearly useless in
This might be the quietest rage of mankind.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and set them down on the board as they...
I want to make some
Items
like
casting spells
but I
still
can't.
because
They technically, you are merely using the item to not use a spell slot, effectively is what it is. You are still having to cast the spell.
Even like, so like Nibs's items are the staff has smite. That is got a verbal component to it. So smite does not. Oh wait, no, that's a 6. No,
Some of the smites very well might have
yeah,
verbal
they're
components.
verbal comment.
I thought
verbal
magic
comment, verbal
items like wands and weapons and stuff will still require you to cast the spell through them. But a infused magic item, people who can't cast spells can still utilize them even without knowing those
0.6.
spells, I thought.
Yeah, that's the one thing that has to be clarified.
I'll wait for your ruling on that before I make the rest of my turn.
Okay. Well, if it's only somatic, you can still do somatic. It is merely verbal that you cannot do.
Man,
I'm
that
not
really
finding
sucks.
any base rulings on magic items.
In my experience, it's mostly been on an item by item per DM.
Yeah, it
Case.
really does seem like it's a DM thing.
Typically.
I'm going to go ahead and say for spells under 3rd level, yes.
Yes, they do.
Yes, you can cast them while in silence as long as it's through a magical item. But spells of higher level require more magical concentration and focus, which means you have to go through the process of casting the spell. But when you're channeling it through an item, I'm going to allow 3rd and less levels to be cast, as long as it is through an item. your basic spell list, no. That clear things up?
This is about to be the quietest rage of existence. Just like
I almost don't want to play battle music because of that.
Just go
But
silent.
I would say, alright, yeah.
just
Lore.
dead silence. So, with that, Robin, you are at the top of our initiative.
Alright. I will go ahead. I've obviously done bonus action. For my action, I'll go ahead and roll to hit the Father Bernard in front.
Okay.
And Booming Blade does not take verbal. Doesn't take verbal. Only takes somatic material, so I can
That is
cast it.
correct.
So obviously you need to roll to hit. I also have 2 attack actions.
He is not wearing armor, so you will have a hard time not hitting. I will say, as long as you don't roll a 1, you hit.
Okay.
Well, that's an 18, even though I rolled a 4.
His armor class is 10.
Alright.
Brother got caught lacking. Him going to a brothel. Oh yeah, I need to wear the heaviest armor.
I'm going to go ahead and cast
boy on
Booming
this right
Blade
quick.
through this. Kind of crap damage. So that's 12, 13 plus 13 for my modifier. So that is 26 damage.
Okay.
I am going to use, just state for right now, I have the slasher feet, so his speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Yeah, I don't think he's moving much in general.
Yeah.
but-
And then I'm trying to remember, does force movement trigger Booming Blade?
Yes, it does.
In that case, I will also go ahead and use my Dow Genie feat to deal an additional 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
That bludgeoning damage will trigger my Crusher feat, which will move him back 5 feet, and then that triggers Booming Blade.
Yes, it does.
So now he takes an additional 48 damage.
That's the level 20 warlock build. That's
With a very broken magic item.
with a couple good magic items. Yeah.
12, 18 additional damage.
18 additional damage. All right.
And that is my first attack.
Yeah,
For
this
my
is
second
your
attack,
oh my God.
I can't really do much of the broken stuff, but I can still. That definitely hits because I rolled 12.
Do you
I can hit him
step up.
Do I want? Oh, I guess I would need to step up. You are correct.
You have advantage.
Yeah.
Why do I have advantage?
Because you're flanking.
Oh, neat. I mean,
It
I still
doesn't
hit. I
matter.
may as well roll
Yeah,
my crit.
I was gonna say.
I didn't roll any
Doesn't
better,
matter.
so. You know what? I'll go ahead and hit him with another Booming Blade. So 10 plus 13, 23 damage.
23. Okay.
And that is the end of my turn.
All right. And for those who are curious, the part of his magic item that allows him to cast Booming Blade on each attack is charges. It's charge based, not actually casting casting itself. Because you can't do that as a base character.
Nope. Not unless you already Blades from a Wizard specifically.
Yes.
Or know the Quicken spell, Meta Magic.
Yeah, and Logan would know all about the Bladesinger Wizard, as I was playing in his game. Yeah. Okay, so second in initiative is Nari. So we're gonna go ahead and cycle through her attacks. Nari, be angry. She is going to step up, and all attacks are gonna be at advantage just in general because you all are invisible.
I mean,
Greater invisibility.
yeah, I was gonna say.
It is greater.
Yeah, it would need to be greater because regular invisibility drops whenever you attack.
So the first strike is a crit, a hit, and a hit. So eight, 10, 16, 24. So that is 99 points of damage on her 3 strikes. As a crit dealt 48.
Sounds about right.
It's about on par when her character crits.
I mean, when Meridia.
You crit harder, remember.
Crit hard.
So that brings him down
It's so hard.
to hurting However, it is now Father Bernard's turn
Let's see
with
if
a
I
24. Father Bernard,
Do you have the ability to hit someone if they do something?
Oh, yes, I do.
only if they attack. You do not have Mage Slayer. You have Sentinel.
Is it a somatic spell? Sorry, is it a?
He is going to subtle spell, as knowing he cannot speak, and he does have some sorceress levels. He is going to cast a. Oh, I'm on
He's
the
gonna
wrong
cast
thing.
Power Word Kill.
So
He is a cleric sorcerer. He does technically not even have a 9th level spell, but he does have 9th level slots,
Power Word Murder.
which let me just double.
No, he can only do
Power
Power Word
Word
Pain or
Calm.
Power Word
He can
Stun.
only see you two people.
Also, if he could do Power Word Calm, he wouldn't
However,
need to
he
do
is going to cast a. We'll go 7th level Spirit Guardians. So I need everyone within 15 feet of him.
Now,
Quick question. So
spell.
say, yeah, does
You're
everyone-
gonna attempt a counterspell.
Is it verbal?
Is it verbal?
No.
Is counterspell verbal?
Counterspell
It is technically
is
verbal.
somatic.
Does it?
Oh.
It is only
Somatic.
Okay. So you technically could counterspell that. You are going to have to roll.
Okay.
This is a 7th level casting.
Get it.
So it'll be. What are you casting this through? Is it through the Psychic Lancer?
Yeah. I can't cast it otherwise. Yeah.
Okay. Then it's going to be intelligence. Because that is technically the modifier through the item. So you'll be making an intelligence check at a DC 17.
Okay. So I need 16 then.
So you need a high roll. Yeah.
Just roll.
Fuck.
That it's great because it allows you to cast counterspell. It's not great when you're trying to counter higher level items
So,
or spells.
do you think it's worth it for me with my 4 slots to try and spend a counterspell on it? Because I would still have to roll.
That is
And
up to you.
And I believe rules as written, I would still have to make the DC 17 check even though I'm casting it at 5th level.
Well, what's your modifier?
Plus 5. But I still need, I think rules as written, I still have to make the DC 17 even though I'm casting it at 5th level.
If you cast it at 5th, it would have a +2 bonus. So
Okay.
you would have to roll
Even a +5, dude.
whatever you would have to roll. It's 2 less.
So,
Unless these
you
go
roll-
away
so,
if we
yeah,
kill
so
him.
You have to hit a 15 on a +5.
I would say no in that case because I'm casting it at 5th level. You said you were casting it at 9th
So-
level or 7th level.
7th level. So every
Casting
level
at
you
7th
cast is
level,
+1.
I need to make
A
a
10.
12 on a +5, which is very doable.
But if you're casting it at 5th level, you'd have to roll a 10. Because how I run it is for every level closer to what it needs to be, you get a +1 bonus to your roll. So at 5th level, you would be rolling with a +7.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Wait, is that in addition to my +5? Yes.
You would get a
That's-
+2 in
that's what
addition
it
to your
is.
And I
+5.
rolled
Okay.
12.
That's what I
not
thought you were
11.
saying. Okay.
Not fucking
So,
close.
in that case, it'd be 50-50 at that point, because I still need to make DC 15.
It would be
Yeah.
50-50. It's a 7th level spell.
Lancer.
You have to get it. You have to get it.
And I
at
am,
11.
no, I needed
A
it.
10.
It's
He needs a
50-50.
10.
Just look at
To
it
get
this
to
way.
So I have a
17.
+7.
Okay, 17.
Do you want everyone except for your resident cleric who's not in range to take damage? That's all that's gonna happen.
Everyone would take some damage. Now, it's a wisdom save.
No one's
Fuck
going.
that, please.
No one other than literally all of you are going to see this. Take.
So, do you want to counterspell? Or do you want to save the slot? Those are
I'll
pretty
save the
valuable
slot.
slots. Okay. So I need everyone to make, except for Warden, a DC 22 wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
DC
fuck.
22.
God
DC
damn
22.
it. That's not happening.
I have to roll a nat 20.
You want to go ahead and roll for Nari, Warden?
Yes. That's 20. So I
Oh
miss.
boy, 27.
27. Nice.
I'll say.
Open your character sheet.
Yeah, no.
Nope, I didn't. I would have had to roll in that 20.
We need to decide.
Actually, no. Even with a nat 20, I would have failed.
You have a +1?
1.
+5.
You said Dex.
Yes.
No.
No,
That's
wisdom.
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 She only has a +4.
How is it 12?
Okay. So with 78 damage, everyone takes 42 points of radiant damage.
I'm immune to radiant. Sorry.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna say, I'm going to assume I can have that because I made the save.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah.
Those who make the save, aka Robin, you can have that. Everyone else takes the full 42 points of damage. And to read this spell out, designate any number of creatures, actually,
That you can see.
that
within
you can
range.
see. So it would just be you two.
So I don't take any damage.
So you don't take any damage.
Pog!
I'm trying to see if he has any, like, some natural senses.
Yippee!
I thought he had something that he could see invisibility through.
Oh,
We will double check.
Speaking primordial, your ass is mine.
Oh, you speak primordial.
I do speak primordial.
Yeah! This is the primal side.
I wish I speak common, draconic, dwarvish, and primordial.
He speaks more languages than most of the rest of the
I know, and I have an intelligence of 11.
The only I have common, draconic,
One
leonid,
more
celestial,
one more
and
poison
temper.
under.
Yes,
You can only know
yes,
many
Robin.
languages as you are
So-
intelligent.
I'm gonna take
Plus
The rest of the party may hate
and
for this.
also plus common.
Yeah, you
The
don't
Cherry
use it.
Guardians only specifies people you made immune.
Voicemail.
I'll just
You
roll
can
this.
roll.
I'll let I'll
Does
let
it?
roll.
You can designate to be unaffected by it. Okay. So
We all take
we're
damage.
double backing. Yes, you guys do take the 42 points of damage. An affected creature's speed is halved, and when the creature enters its turn for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must remake the Wisdom saving throw or take the
I
damage
don't know
again.
if I'm gonna call for
Okay.
At the very least,
So
it's a
we
concentration
take
spell.
we take the
So if
damage.
we smack
and
him
then
hard
every
enough,
one
he'll
of
drop
us, as we
concentration.
come in, we have to do it
You
again.
have to do it again at the beginning of each of your turns. Yes.
Did
So
we take-
Somebody
wait,
make him
we
lose
did- we did take
concentration.
damage?
Yes,
You
we
did.
take 42.
Oh.
So it's
son
he
of a
designates creatures that he can see to not be affected by
So
the
his
spell.
buddies don't get hurt.
So his buddies are not getting
Oh,
hurt.
what a whore.
Moving on.
Suck it,
Sorry.
huh? So Warden, you spend your turn
Yes.
thumping.
Hold on. Does anyone have their Rocky Talkie set to receiving outside sound? We haven't really.
There
done
is it's on silence, my
Oh
dude.
fuck, that's right. Has anyone Rocky Talkied anything?
They
We
Rocky
rolled you
talkied
when
when
the
the
door
door opened.
Yeah,
Okay.
we
That's
said
all you know.
It's
Fuck.
starting.
Fuck.
So that's what you got, and
That's
then
all we
went,
said.
And then went silence. There's nothing
And
you
okay,
can do. You
so I
gotta just
caused
run.
the so the rumblies.
And now
Wait.
you're running.
I caused the
Rocky
rumblies
Talkies?
during the surprise round.
He was asking if it was set to catch surround sound, which
we
it
haven't-
can't catch surround sound right
No,
now.
well, not right now, but that was something that we did way early in the campaign. Anyways, Warden
Runs.
runs. Starts to run.
Boom.
Based on my calculations from my, I'm roughly 120 feet away
It's bastion, like
between the gate, the gate entrance and where I'm at. In that 120 feet, based on my calculations, how far would I have to run to get towards the middle of that 25-second opening?
To the middle of that 25-second opening.
Yes.
Can you repeat your question? I'm confused.
He
For the
wants half the
guards.
distance between here and the silence.
No.
It must be
That's 60
between
feet.
the two sets of guards.
Between the two sets of guards?
Yeah, that 25-second, 2 sets of guards.
Well, you guys already are, they are in between the two sets of guards.
They
And you
are.
set the thaumaturgy to try and distract set number 2 of guards to slow them down. That was the whole point of this.
yes.
So there's no guards between you and them.
There should be no guards between you and them.
Should be, based on my calculations. Okay.
But you cannot see up there because it's foggy.
I know I can't see up there,
And you have
but
thunder
I
going
spent
up
an
on
hour studying the walls while studying
Okay.
everything. I'm
This
going
is-
to, based off of math, because I'm a robot. We just need someone on the inside, and I'm
You're
going to
gonna
just take the
grapple hook
contingency into place myself, and I'm going to try to grapple, aim just slightly higher, so that way I can get at least a hook shot around.
Oh, you're gonna try and go over the wall rather than through the door.
I'm going to attempt to take the contingency into place because I can't hear what's going on over there.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Fucking attack on Titan head ass.
I'm gonna set this at a DC 18.
On C18.
The walls are slanted. There is no real good place for them to hook
Okay.
at the top.
We got this, boys.
And he knows about the issues of magic and other issues.
He knows the issues that magic trying to fly over is wrong. He doesn't know whether just trying to climb the wall is going to beat him back.
What does a tie go be?
A tie?
Yes.
Did you roll an 18?
Yes.
With your modifier and all
Yes.
that?
10 plus 8.
10 plus 8. Okay. So it hooks, but you would not say that it's. You're not necessarily certain that you would trust it with your weight. Especially with it being a slanted wall that you're going to have to slide up through.
So warrior will have each one.
That is your bonus action to start.
Yes.
Did you use your action to activate the spell?
That was during the surprise round.
This is the surprise round. We
This
haven't
is
talked
the
This
about.
is the
surprise
surprise round.
Okay. Do you get reactions on surprise round?
No. It would be
So,
after your turn.
Action to do, bonus action to shoot.
And then it would just be movement if you care for it.
Can I sacrifice the rest of my movement to kind of sit like rest my weight on it, like test it?
Sure, you can test it.
And I would sacrifice the rest of my movement.
Yeah. You can go ahead and roll a luck check.
18.
18. It seems to hold.
Sure.
Okay. So, moving next down, Nibs. You need to make a wisdom saving throw at the start of your turn.
That is a 21.
21. That is a failure. But I will roll the damage as you tell me what your turns are.
Well, technically, is he flanked? Yeah, I'm still visible.
You're invisible. You have advantage.
Okay. I'm going to start off with smacking him with my staff.
That is 34 points of damage.
Quick. 34 points of damage. Alright. Which these are at advantage, so that's a nat 20.
That's a crit. Alright.
So, starting off with the staff, that will be.
You know, I'm gonna trust Nib's gonna take a whole restaurant break to do his turn.
Depends on how long your restroom break is.
And
If it's a piss, go. If it's a shit, wait.
okay, so he does 8 points of bludgeoning, 2 points of lightning. He's going to use one of his Battle Master points to do a tripping attack.
Okay.
The save is, I believe, 18.
18, what kind of save?
I think it's strength.
A strength, that is a failure.
He is knocked. He is knocked prone.
Okay.
And or back, I believe, right?
Would you like to knock him back?
Booming Blade is on him a second time.
Booming Blade is on him, so that's an extra 48.
My
if you knock him.
intention is to knock him to set that off.
Okay, so you
Yep.
knock him back 5 feet.
Oh my
And
god.
go ahead and roll
Also,
that 48.
because these are two separate instances of damage, they'd be two separate concentration checks.
Yes, it would be.
That's a 12 on that roll.
That's for nothing. I was just throwing that away.
Okay.
I think he did like that.
20 on the
20, he
booming
succeeds
blade.
the booming blade, and on the crit, how much damage was dealt? You dealt
Yeah,
8
it's
bludgeoning, 2 lightning, and how much is your modifier?
No, that was with the modifier.
That was with the modifier,
I
so
rolled.
that's 20 points. 2, 20,
Oh,
he
and-
he succeeds on both.
And I get to roll the D8 for
The staff,
well, no, for the
Battle
Battle
Master.
Master, so that's
Okay.
additional 2 points.
an additional 2, which would be doubled, so that's 4. He still succeeds both concentration checks.
Okay, since that is a monk weapon, I'm going. Well, I get to make 2 attack actions, so I'm going to hit him again with the staff. That is a 19 to hit. So this one's going to take 9 points bludgeoning and 6 points lightning.
Okay.
which brings me to, since that was a monk weapon, I'm going to use Flurry of Blows as my bonus action.
Okay.
Can I roll in here?
Yeah, I think it's
Ooh.
next attack turns.
9, so
Because he can do
that's
so
a
much.
It's a
20.
10. Remember, he has
Oh,
a 10
yeah, I
AC.
forgot about that.
It's a 20 for the first strike, and a 21 for the second strike.
Okay.
So both.
Go ahead and roll your first strike, and then save your second strike.
Okay. First strike is 12 points.
12 points. Okay, so as completely silently, you all barely through this fog see Nibs whack him with the staff, and he slides against the wall, and almost breaking through the silence is just this shockwave as he hits the wall, as like a part of his chest seems to explode where the whip previously cracked against him, and then coming up and just slamming him into the wall again. He pretty much just melts into a puddle against the wall as he falls and dies.
Okay.
Oh my
So-
god, he did.
Okay, so that happens. So then I guess bonus action. My other side of the flurry of blows will be on the other guy then.
Okay.
So that is 25
That is a miss.
on the other guy.
Yes, on the armored opponents with their shields.
Okay. And I am still cloaked.
However, the spirit guardians are gone.
No, I'm glad about that. But
I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
You just a busty bait fighting. Hell yeah.
They're both just busty as shit. Bro has a whip and he's busty. He is straight
I
dominatrix.
need a
right
whip crack
That's
sound effect.
that's anime as shit.
it's silent.
That's a
Dang, it is
27 to hit.
I said the
A
reason
27,
that I
that would
got
hit.
such a poor
Okay.
initiative roll is because my tits are so much bigger in this form than any of my other female forms. I'm not used to being so front heavy.
That's awesome.
Well, I mean,
Bro's got an extra 10
Wait, what am I
pounds on the
doing?
front
Okay.
side.
if you still
Sorry.
fast, then
Yes,
This
still
isn't my
like
bonus.
even
This is
your-
my
This is your action surge.
So
You get 2 attacks.
okay, so that would be 7 bludgeoning, and 6 lightning.
Okay.
I'm going to use another of my things and try to trip him again.
Okay.
Um,
That is
wait,
a
yes. He has to
6.
save. He has to save.
Yeah, he rolled very high. What is
Okay. Extra 8 damage.
the... Okay. One thing to recognize for... In fact, I should have recognized this for the father. They're both mid to high level paladins. So they will both have their auras around each other. So they are both getting high boosts to their saving
They
throws.
haven't. They shouldn't have activated them yet.
There is no activation.
Yeah, auras are just
Auras
always
are
on.
auras. They are there.
Okay.
So they're both getting
Okay.
large
Bonuses
bonuses
to saving
to their
throws.
saving throws.
Okay, flurry of blows.
You do not get an extra
bonus.
bonus
Don't
action.
get an extra bonus action. Okay. Then I'm going to use the rest of my movement, since I am tiny or small, to go past them through the door. And
Okay.
I'm still invisible, so they shouldn't get an attack of opportunity.
They don't get an attack of well, their passive perception is nowhere near good enough.
Wait,
They don't
wait,
get.
wait.
What's up?
Sorry, never mind. I'll let you.
There's no attack of opportunity. However, pushing past them when the door is only 10 feet wide and they're both taking up 5 foot spaces,
I'm a small person like a hobbit.
you don't have that ability though.
Granted, but he splattered on the wall. You said
Granted,
they were
well,
distracted.
I'm not saying they get it. I said they don't get an attack
Do
of
you need me
opportunity.
to stealth
Athletics.
through
They-
there with advantage?
Sure, go ahead.
Athletics to climb around them.
Sure, go ahead and just.
Which one do you want?
Stealth. Let's just go ahead and roll stealth.
Okay.
Athletics is a brute force method. Acrobatics would be jumping over and around. Athletics would be to run through them.
Sorry, I meant acrobatics.
Yeah. You could try an acrobatics if that's better than your stealth. I'm just saying they might notice you pass by.
Okay, anyway, stealth, no bonuses because I'm cloaked, because
You have
this is-
advantage.
Okay, so that would be a 12 and a... So that would be 15 stealth.
Okay. They don't seem to notice you as you walk
Okay.
through.
Alright.
Oh.
As you acrobatics backflip over.
No, I don't. My
That was
acrobatics is the same as my stealth.
But you're a monk.
I'm a strength monk.
Yeah.
If it was
Okay.
athletics, I have a +10.
So, Atan. It's you.
Okay.
Last, you have
Well,
advantage.
He already has advantage.
First of all, rage. Boom.
Yes.
It's quietest rage.
Thomas.
Still enraged from the.
No, that was long ago.
I was saying you want to move his character up.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see if we hit against this guy.
You got the rage.
The AC is a 26.
Let me mark off everything I moved.
Okay. 17 plus 12.
Yeah, that hits 29.
Cool. So
Go
there's
ahead and roll your second attack as well.
1.
Did you say their AC is 26?
Their AC is 26.
Just no. That didn't.
Because two
Okay.
auras overlapping.
Wait,
Their
there
auras don't add
Yeah.
to their AC.
Oh,
They just have high level
Same
armor
rules.
and shields.
Okay. So let's roll.
Yes.
Real quick, do you have a laptop AC charger? Clear forgot.
What kind of charger?
Circle
Check
pin.
that laptop back there.
It's the circle pin one.
Womp womp womp.
So we'll do 12 plus 3, 15.
Is that supposed to be it?
Yeah,
10.
that's
Is that
for the
9
laptop.
or
I don't know if
6?
that'll work for yours.
Is that 9?
That's
seems
a
like
9.
That's a 9. And then 19 with the health gone damage.
Plus the 3 for rage.
Yeah, that was including
Okay,
it.
so what's the
Supposed to start
total?
raining
So
around
15
6.
plus 10,
20.
or 15 plus 19,
Okay, so that's 34.
34.
Okay,
And then I don't have a bonus action.
Yeah.
So that's my turn.
that's your turn. Okay, after your turn, both backing up at 16 and 15, but it is the surprise round. They would usually go now. They do not. So, we are down to Mike. I will also denote they technically both have plus 10s to all their saving throws on top of what they generally would. Because they both have plus 5 charismas.
That's amazing.
Pally pack. That would be a fun campaign. One shot.
Here's the thing. A pair of paladins and a cleric, if the cleric had armor, this fight would be a completely different story.
Yes.
If he had 24 AC, that's a completely different fight. But he's going to a brothel.
Yeah.
If I could
Also,
roll
you know, I was
more
half
14.
tempted to see if I could go back and do my first turn and like start off with synaptic static. No, they would have made their save CC.
Yeah.
Their intelligence might not be the best.
Okay, it would have been a 50-50.
You're talking about
50.
clerics. They're charismatic. They're not necessarily smart.
Yeah.
More wisdom.
Yeah, clerics and paladins are neither known for their intelligence.
I'm gonna just
Every
shoot
single thing I have is for
the homie.
Okay. You'll have
Is that-
advantage.
Well, third and below.
Technically, immediately adjacent to me on octagons, or is that technically 10 feet?
That's like 7 to 10. You'll still be able to shoot him
Okay.
without you'll have advantage on this strike still. They are surprised.
Okay.
Ah.
I'ma shoot him then.
The
Alright.
bustiest of babes.
Well, they're both 17.
The bustiest of babes
So you just-
literally just pulls out a repeater rifle just out of her tits.
31.
31.
No, it's
That's-
clenched between my butt cheeks and the back.
that. Damn, shoot there. Yes, that hits.
So that's gonna be. And I get sneak attack on this. Correct?
Yes.
Possible.
And they're surprised, so this is an auto crit
Oh, wait.
It's not a crit.
for him.
What does sneak attack do?
Sneak
Stealth.
attack is a rogue ability.
Since rogues
It adds
don't
extra
get multiple-
damage.
They don't get multiple attacks.
They just have one attack that
played
scales.
Baldur's Gate. It's literally just Asterion.
I didn't play Asterion. Fuck that guy.
Was he in your party?
Fell out.
No.
Fuck that twink.
I never
Not
use
that
him.
way.
Fuck you.
Dude, he's the hard carry of every combat.
Fuck you.
No.
Seriously?
If you build him right.
No.
Okay, rogues are
Ew.
crazy. Rogue monk in that
Shadow
game, you can
Heart,
get to level 12 and go
me.
stupid fucking hard.
Karlak. I don't remember the full.
Oh, that's sick.
The way I built Asterion,
Gale.
and I didn't even get. I'm only like partway through Act 2,
Will?
And the way I built Asterion,
Who the fuck was your other
I
guy?
don't
He-
remember. I
he's
haven't
almost
played that-
guaranteed
I have
to
the
hit.
game deleted because of the storage
like
space.
Asterian's almost guaranteed to hit, and he's always at the beginning of combat.
That's cat. That's cat.
No.
He does not fucking hit shit. He literally can't hit shit. He literally could swing and miss at shit on the floor.
What's my last name?
66.
66 points of damage. Okay.
Love.
That's as the
Psychic.
That is psychic damage.
That's
That
not
is
even
correct.
right. Your last name's
66
Rin.
psychic
idiot.
on your crit.
Rin luck. I know.
Yo, she dealing that psychic damage with her tip.
I like to imagine as soon as she fires the shot, it just
Okay.
That's
just
also anime jiggle.
Bonus action.
I don't have one.
Okay.
High school
He's like 66 damage is enough.
High
All right,
school
Robin.
death.
We are back to the top of initiative.
Still silent.
Still silenced. So the
Oh.
silence lasts 1 minute.
So that's as long as my range. So.
I mean, I don't think there's any difference in necessarily going after one paladin and the other. And I don't know what just happened to my voice.
It disappeared.
Yeah.
Which one did you shoot? The guy in front
One
of
that
you?
was close
Uh,
to me.
Yes. So that was the one on the right, actually.
I may as well go after the one on the right. In that case, I think I'll probably do just a repeat of my last turn. And hitting that guy, I would have flanking, wouldn't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll have advantage on anything that you're hitting here, effectively.
Alright, I will roll to hit the guy on me as a person's right.
You're right. Okay, so the guy on
So
the
I
right.
can
have triple?
Chubby.
Oh, whatever.
There is no such thing as triple advantage. Unless you have very specific feats.
Yeah, there's one feat that lets you do that.
Elven accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
That
Satan.
is.
Oh,
Wait, did you say right or left?
My
Shut
as a
up,
person's
Thomas.
right.
I know who he's hitting, that's all that matters.
Yes. 21.
Misses.
It's
Yeah,
26.
they have a 26.
Well, I rolled a 1 and a 7 on my advantage.
That
really
wasn't
wi-
nat 20.
I really wish I could have hit him. I probably should have. Oh well. That
That's
is,
fine, you
yeah,
got
that is a 30 overall.
That hits.
So, on him, same thing as last time.
Let's
I
just-
will do
Just outside
booming
right there.
blade.
That's what
I like
Oh,
the warning.
yeah.
I'm just like combat, which is funny because
It's raining.
this would have been ended a lot faster with Warden.
Not a lot. It would have ended faster for sure. But Warden's not the highest damage output.
Warden's about to hit a wall and get melted.
No, but
so that
I
is
do
30
that.
damage
30?
off
Okay.
of the 3d8 from the booming
I do
blade.
have some
I
saucy
need to
things.
mark that charge off.
Okay.
Do you push him back?
I will again give him minus 10 feet. I don't think it's gonna matter. I will also go ahead and do the additional 6 damage, pushing him back. Crusher feet.
48 more damage.
Is that technically a valid space to stand on?
We'll call it as such.
No!
I hope you guys have a second battery. Electric grid from here right
20 damage.
20? Alright.
Probably don't.
Fuck him up, Carl.
Fuck him up, Carl.
And I don't have anything to do with my bonus action, so that is the end of my turn.
Okay. So that's that. Nari is going to step up
Another
and
99
in
damage.
and go ahead and roll again. Nibs on the backside gives her advantage. That is 16 plus her bonus, 19 plus her bonus, 8 plus her bonus. The 8 misses, the other 2 hit. So that is 2 strikes. That'll be 1d8 plus 2 times.
Can you see your style of charger?
See what?
Your style for your charger. Sniper. Those might be too
Great,
small.
I don't know if you're gonna buy it.
Okay, so that is 44 points of the damage.
Unfortunately.
I should leave my
Fortunately,
old
I'm
Acer
expanded, so-
charger.
Wait a second. I can technically USB-C charger. I have USB-C.
Here.
I was gonna say, I actually, right here, I got a 10-foot USB-C to USB-C cord right
What am
here.
I plugging into?
That's for you to fucking find out.
This one?
Here.
This one have
Oh,
what?
I don't have
I think
one.
so.
Go ahead and string it to here. I
Yes.
think mine.
No, there's it's a plug here.
Yeah.
USB-C.
Yeah.
I'm just trying.
Alright,
My phone
so
is
that was
also
Nari's.
low, so I can't really use the app, unfortunately.
Thomas.
There you go.
You slide on.
I have nearly every charging cord and capability.
I'm just saying, this is what happens when you let your wife pack the bag.
Take it. Okay, so now you dealt 44 damage to the one that she stepped up to. After her turn, Bernard is unconscious. Warden.
Yes. I'm not plugged in.
Zip to
Would
you.
any of you guys denoted that a target was down over the comm?
Okay, I don't have access to that comm, so.
I don't
Okay,
have
you
access
two don't have access to that. So would either of you
Would you
two...
use your bonus action to say, "Hey, we got the priest dead," or would you just keep going?
I couldn't have.
Your
Rage probably wouldn't. Nari wouldn't either. So...
Okay,
and
so I
May's the
tested
only
the
one
weight.
I don't give heads up like mid-combat updates. I never have. So
Yeah.
Never
I
have.
wouldn't this time.
Never will.
Alright. I tested the weight, pulling down on it. I'm going to use my reaction to reel myself in.
Okay. So, as you use your reaction to reel yourself in, go ahead and roll me another luck check.
Motherfucker. Deadliest catch moment.
Right?
Boy, it's a big one.
I'm gonna roll it all the way out here.
Underrated show. Great.
Because this dice doesn't fit in the tower, but I like this dice more.
Oh no. You shouldn't like that dice anymore.
That's a 12.
That's a 12.
You shouldn't like that
That's
dice
a 9,
anymore.
right?
Okay. So, as you throw the hook up and begin to reel, it slips off the top.
Fucker.
And so you get about 5 feet up, and then you come crashing back down in a
5 feet.
massive clank.
Oh shit. That's
That was loud.
That's not good.
It's no louder than me sprinting, which I didn't sprint yet.
You have
I feel like that
I
was
feel like
loud.
this one was louder.
I still have a minute of loud.
Coincidentally,
of loud
there was a
thunder
lightning
rolling.
crash at that moment.
Fairly loud. Yours definitely overpowers it.
But it
However, you gotta get up and
sounded
move.
like
Come on,
lightning.
Thomas. Come on.
Yes. Okay.
Was that your reaction to reel?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, do you
he's
tr-
like, well, what?
You just gonna run?
You really should.
That's a scary sentence.
Because we're expecting you. We're gonna.
Yes, and I should be here within this round anyways. So I'm going to run.
Dashing gives you 60 feet, right?
Yes.
So you still have one
Plus-
more turn after that.
Plus
Yeah.
the movement. Yeah, I'm still about a little more than 30 feet out. I'd say about 40, 45
But you
feet
get into
out.
the silence.
I do get into the silence.
I would say you touch the silence with the end of your toe as you enter it, because you were 120 feet away and you didn't really move. In the surprise round.
Yeah.
Warden, because Warden is trying to think of all the contingencies, doing all the math in his head.
Can you do the math fucking
Nothing's,
faster?
nothing's gone wrong yet. There are no
He doesn't know.
contingencies
He doesn't
on
know.
going
Your
wrong.
contingency is you're
This
not
is a
being
high
here.
priority mission, and we
Thomas,
just gotta get somebody.
Thomas.
You used your action, your bonus action, correct?
Yes. Bonus action. I'm going to fire up in front of me again.
Brother really just wants to be on the wall.
Yes. That's it. 16.
Okay, as you launch up, it immediately slides back off.
Because 18
Motherfucker.
barely. Alright.
18 barely hooked you. Okay, so after Warden nibs.
What's that to me?
D20.
Alright,
I know.
That's a
I'm
D8.
just too
Oh,
fat.
where's your D20?
Yeah.
Brother made armor
wait.
that weighs like 200
Um,
pounds for
Also,
himself.
you don't.
That is a 27 to hit.
That hits.
Start on my second plate.
Which one are you hitting?
I was about to
I'm
ask
hitting
first.
The far or close to you?
the far one.
I
Okay.
got the fires rate, I think.
So I'm gonna go ahead and hit again. That's a 29 to hit.
That hits.
I'm not as ranked
So
as the higher
he'll
class.
take
What?
So,
that's 10. That's another 10. So that's 20 bludgeoning. I know that it's probably done, but I'm going to try to do a tripping attack on him
Okay.
with the BC 18 strength. And
That's
sure, but I get to add another 8 regardless, so that's additional 5. I'm going to use my bonus action for Flurry of Blows.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
That's a crit.
Go ahead and give me the hit damage.
Oh, that's right.
And I'll let the crit transfer if you kill him.
Okay. Back over here. Da, 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 da.
I wouldn't necessarily
That
say
will
first.
be 12 points bludgeoning.
That does not. So the crit will finish him off.
Alright, crit will be 9 doubled.
Yeah, he had 8 HP.
Okay.
So Thomas, the one closest to you, go ahead and knock down. Atan.
He's in the wall.
You can move and hit. Yeah. Go ahead and roll your attacks.
I wonder what I'm gonna do.
Do you have another 20? Yeah, okay, cool.
That is 13 plus 12?
That's 25.
Yeah, no. Not a hit.
You have your bonus action strike.
That's what I'm gonna do right now. Not a hit.
Damn. That is unfortunate. All right.
You say his brain is a little foggy.
After Atan is the it's Quentin's turn. Him over here with his +3 flail is going to, let's see. Technically, the only person visible to him is the whore in front of him. So Mike, he's going to.
What about the other whore?
She's to the side.
The other whore is to the side, and he's got one right in front of him that just shocked the fuck out of him.
I
with
just
psychic
pulled a
damage.
bow out of her butt and shot him.
Oh no.
Hey,
Five,
he just
five.
moved forward 5.
There is no booming blade. You
I'm
would
just
get an
curious.
attack of opportunity, yes.
And
Do I
he-
get
Atan would not.
you have a 10-foot reach, right?
Either way, where he would have had to move was here, which was in between, which is 5 feet away still.
Okay.
You are the only one who would get an attack. of
Sorry, I
opportunity.
forgot to move
Okay.
Tom's character.
That's an
The
20. So, and I can't add anything to this, right? With
Yes, you can.
okay.
You just can't add like one of your spikes that take a bonus action to activate. Or
Well,
anything
they're
like
all
that.
voice activated.
Well, anything under 3rd level can be activated through an item.
They're all voice activated. Yeah, verbal components. Again, you're right. So, I guess I could smite him. Okay, so that's nat 20 for a crit. So that would be 7 bludgeoning, 8 lightning, and then if I can smite him, I'll go ahead and hit him with a 3rd level 3d8.
Okay. What's the save?
Con 17.
He saves.
So does he take any damage?
He'll take damage, half damage.
So that's 5. I was 10, but
So an extra 10. Okay.
So
Okay. He seemingly on his last thread is going to walk up and give his whole
Does
load.
the crit double it?
Yes, the crit would double it to
Oh
10, but it would
no,
be half back.
no, it was 10. I reduced it.
You
so
reduced it already.
It's
That
20.
he's still alive.
So it was 20
Yeah,
reduced
okay.
to 10.
He is still alive. Him
What
stepping
about
up
your initial damage?
with his
He
flail
added it. I didn't double
is going to strike out twice. What's your AC, Mike?
18.
Is he within 5 feet of me?
Yes.
Yes.
And then I can attack.
Okay, the first strike will still go through.
I know.
Which it does hit with
That hits, that's
22.
14 plus 12 hits, right? That's 26.
Yes, 26 does hit.
it. Alright, so he's gonna paladin the shit out of micro.
And this is going to be a smite.
Can you counterspell
Smites?
smites?
I forgot to.
If they're like a specific
I
fight
forgot to
spell,
add
smite.
time.
If it's a smite
Like
spell,
thundering
yes. If
smite.
it is a divine smite through the paladin's ability using a spell slot, no.
It is a verbal though.
No, it is not. Smite is just, it hits, it activates. There is no verbal components.
And all mine say verbals.
All of yours are spells.
Ah.
The class feature, Divine
not.
Smite, is not a spell. It's when you hit a target, you can deal extra
Oh,
damage.
Katie had that.
Yes, because
That's
it's
right.
a paladin feature.
But it doesn't have to a certain level.
Yeah, so
At the very
That's,
least, they block their auras.
42 damage.
42. He is gonna die.
But he's gonna try to kill you.
I forgot to add 11 last time.
This is going to hurt. He would still be alive with 11, barely.
All right, Mike. Your moment of truth. Our healer is gone.
Well, no, I meant all of my attacks. So even on the first guy that I attacked, I forgot to do.
You kept forgetting to do the 11?
Yep.
I was like, you're so proud. You're like, I remember the 3.
I remember the 3.
Yeah.
That is 59 points of damage. Most of it divine.
Any cold or psychic?
No. This is a bludgeoning and
It doesn't matter what kind it is, because I'm taking all of it.
Because that's the kind of girl
He's
you
taking
are.
That's
all
the
of
kind
it,
of girl
baby.
he is, yeah. So I'm assuming that's an Alpane, but does not put you unconscious.
Correct. 37.
37, so fairly close. If he'd have gotten a second strike, you
He
would have
got
been
his
unconscious.
second strike, and he hit. Yep.
Yeah. Which
Makes me feel
He
better.
Which he probably would have.
He
He
would
only
have.
has like a plus
Validation.
15. Or
Yeah.
plus 16, I would
Save
imagine.
that hooker's life.
Yep, save the hooker's life. So I
Wow.
can delete these new faith militant characters from my D&D Beyond, as they all bleed out below you.
They'll come. They'll
Reese
reuse
is
the
going to
assets.
quickly search.
I make
quickly
room for everything.
search the body
Even
before
new
we
campaigns.
grab him and haul ass into
So you guys can pick up the two +2 shields and the 2 +3 flails from the paladins. You would not be able to doff their armor in time.
Right.
It's a 10-minute process to doff armor.
We don't
So,
care about that.
Shove it in the
and
bag.
the father, he's
I
got
mean-
a ring of protection. He has an amulet of the devout +3, and those are his 2 items.
What amulet? What is that?
It gives
Please grab the
+3
amulet
for
now.
spellcasting
Please
for
grab the
paladins or
amulet
clerics.
now.
Rest
I
Yeah.
think Thomas would like.
Please grab it.
I think I'm gonna grab it.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Like
I said,
good
like I
on
said,
a
Nibs
bag
is
of
checking the
holding,
priest.
from when Robin-
We need to grab the bodies and get inside.
Just
So
Hold on.
Shove the bodies in the bag of holding.
Okay, that will take time. That'll take a couple rounds minimum.
Okay, so let's get them inside, then shove them in the bag full.
we still gotta wait for.
I'll
Yeah.
be there.
Well,
with
Warden
the
is one
next-
round away. So as you guys are finishing up, you guys hear nothing because you're in silence.
But you
And
feel-
but you feel the rumble of the 650-pound metal automaton. Chung chung chung. chung. And Warden comes up. Probably tries to say something.
Oh.
I just like give him this amulet.
Well,
I just
Warden's
hold
not
it.
that retarded.
Warden.
He's a mathematician. He's not.
I grab the amulet delicately and I just hold it out to him.
So
Mids points to the bodies and goes like this, and we go in here.
yeah, so everyone grabs a body and kind of drags it inside.
Yeah.
And
One arm grabs his amulet. 2 other arms grab one body and then assist with another.
Okay.
so pulling the bodies inside, you guys attempt to stuff them into a bag.
We go to the woods.
Yes.
Okay.
Warden is going to immediately.
Oh, those woods.
As soon as he
It was like that.
makes contact with them, realizing this is all done, as he's dragging the body, I Rocky Talkie those with Rocky Talkies, saying exactly how many seconds we have until the next patrol comes over. Granted, I'm hoping that they were delayed just slightly to give us an extra couple seconds.
And
Um,
Robin can cancel the silence if you
Yes.
prefer.
And
It
then
has another use.
It has a second use. It's a 2-use item, and also it would stop any questions coming from the guards when they step into an area where they can't hear anything.
Yeah. I'll drop some.
You hear
And
in
then-
your head, I say, Howie, heal me.
see if my
Alright. So what's the distance from the gate to the woods?
So from the gate to the woods, it's about a 10-foot wide road.
I mean, couldn't we, like,
You just get on your hands and
assumedly
knees.
there's still a little underhang of the wall on
It
the
is
other side.
slight, but it is meant so that it's pretty much a sheer face on this side.
During your hour-long watch, was any of the patrols walk this road, or do they only
Yes.
walk the road?
They do not walk through the forest,
No.
but they do walk the road just below. Now, that is a very, very uncommon patrol. It's like once an hour someone will pass through there.
Okay, so
I'm missing 100.
Based on
do
my
we
timing,
need him to shut the doors? Because the doors are big, bulky, and we need them shut so the patrol walking by does not see them, right?
I can help with that.
Do we get them? Do we shut them before silence?
Based on my
Or do we
math
have time?
calculations, would I say that the next patrol to walk by this door would be within the next,
Hour, yes.
but like,
10, 15, 20 minutes.
but like I'm talking like within the next 10, 15, 20 minutes.
Go ahead and roll a flat intelligence check.
Fuck. That's a 13.
A 13, you would not believe so.
Either way,
Do we shut the doors, guys?
I'm going to
3 because you also have strength
So-
apparently, and Anton has to accept that now.
Dragon.
After we
Right.
got
We're
inside,
just cousins.
what I talkied, as far as the timing on the walls, I did hand flash him the time on, like, kind of, I gestured to the wall patrols, and then I did the numbers of, one.
Yeah.
I have five digits on each side, so I can do it pretty easily. But then I look at him after he asked, should we
Doors.
doors ? And then I look at you, nod, and then him and I both grab.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me a strength check.
Can I jump in there too?
Yeah, sure.
Strength test.
Alright.
I'll let y'all take care of this.
Just straight check.
This is a straight strength check. As always, the technical number you have to reach goes up. But
Am I still enraged?
Yes.
yes. You are
Do I have advantage
Yeah.
on this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good lord, that was terrible.
It's not much better.
17.
17.
12 total, 17. So that's 29 and Warden.
Yeah,
17. So that is a total.
God, rolls are terrible.
What?
46.
Yeah, I might
46?
just start doing automatic
Okay.
rolls on the computer. I don't
46
think
divided by
I don't
3.
think person rolls work.
It's
So
mediocre.
just over 50.
So the door is surprisingly heavy for how big it is. It's like 4 times the weight you would think. You all begin to pull on it, and you pull it up until the doors are parallel. But when you release it, it does not seem like it's latched at all. It's the weight itself is holding it in place.
Which we're okay with. We just need it to look closed. So if they're wide open, they're like, oh, that's a big issue. If they look closed, unless they study it, they won't see, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the perspective you get off of it right now.
All right, and we need to get to the woods.
Into the woods.
Going into the thick of
Unless
it.
you want to do one
Into
more.
the thick of it.
Nah, we're good. We don't need it latched because we don't know where.
Daddy.
Hands and knees.
So he
Somehow.
obviously Rocky Talkies that, and I know that he did that while we were dragging the bodies. I look at you. How damaged do you look?
He's very.
I look 3/4 dead.
He's 1/4 alive.
Do we need to drop?
I am missing 100
You've dropped silence at this point.
Yes.
Okay, silence came down. It is still cloudy. We're being quiet.
Lightning is
Up
also
until you
happening.
guys begin moving, I will not require stealth checks. But with where you guys are right now,
Once we can, if
Is
are we in the
invisibility-
woods yet?
How many places is he?
10 feet, 15 feet.
I-
more.
I would say if everyone is open to going to the woods this instant,
Feels
yes,
like
you guys are in the woods.
Okay.
I mean, as long as we throw the bodies in the bag, there's nothing else I
Well,
particularly want to
That's
do.
when we're gonna put
Well,
it in the
back
bag.
bodies to the
we need
woods,
it in the
shut
woods
the
then,
door,
so
then
that
we
we
have
have at least some cover of them not finding us putting bodies into a bag.
Plus,
By the way, I
fire.
cast heal.
Yeah.
You cast heal on him? Okay.
So he heals 75.
Is invisibility still up or not?
Invisibility is still up for you, not you, Nari.
I have an
The only
invisibility
reason why I was
barrier
wondering is
protection.
because of that barrier.
Yeah, everyone
of
has the potion to do it.
He's
But
making
these
a-
are the only
I was
ones who have
wondering
it.
because of the
Technically
barrier.
speaking, I don't.
Since the door was down, it didn't deactivate when we walked through the door.
No, it did not.
Cool.
I will cast invisibility myself.
Okay.
I was gonna.
I mean, you no longer.
How long are we wanting to camp here?
Camp here.
No, I'm just kidding.
Short rest.
As you guys step
Uh,
into the
short
short rest is fucking crazy.
Here, I'll get some
So,
fireworks.
as you all step into the woods and begin putting the bodies in the bag, I would like you guys to roll me a group stealth check.
Advantage because of invisibility? Question mark.
I will say yes, except for Warden, because his
For
stealth
sight.
check is for sound, whereas everyone else is more for sight. Because we are mostly dexterous characters.
Would you say that the
28.
pitter patter and the already slightly thunderous sound, but
Hey, you have advantage.
because I did say there was some thunder earlier.
So mine
Also,
is
you
not sound based.
Stop using.
You would have advantages.
Those would go good in the face.
Here's the thing. He's wearing heavy armor, which gives him disadvantage.
Yes, but I'm also heavy as fuck.
But he is also heavy as
But I'm
fuck.
walking in dirt.
Flat roll is the best you're gonna get from me.
Okay, flat roll.
33.
Okay. Did
I
you
got you,
did
bud.
you go invisible?
30.
If so, then we can go flat roll. If not, then you're
Yes.
okay.
Because everyone else went invisible.
No, use my
And
dice.
I have very pearlescent shiny armor.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's invisible?
Yes.
Oh.
19!
19, 10,
For a flat
19.
roll, that's really
19.
good.
Okay, let me write these down. So we've got 19,
That's worth it,
19, 10. Robin,
I mean, I am made of metal.
30 something.
27.
27,
33.
33, and then Nari, I believe, also technically has disadvantage. No, she does not. Banish half plate. She actually has advantage, so that's
You
a
got
20.
armor master feat.
8 plus 2?
Pretty good feat.
Nice. Considering you're a metal dragon.
So that is 128 of 6. So that is 21 point something per.
Okay, cool. That's
So that's a pretty successful stealth check. I'm gonna roll a couple perceptions as the first group of guards walk by.
you see the Eye of Sauron from the East
Disadvantage
Hill.
because of the fog.
Yes, they do. They have disadvantage because of the fog and the invisibility, but disadvantages do not stack.
And
And
the
we're-
earthy rock ring with the rumen
And we're
is
in the
noticed as it is the
But
ring.
it's about us being quiet, like you said.
Yeah.
It's more about
I mean, you already.
So you guys are in the woods.
That's one
As you
way.
all peek up and hear the clang of booted metal footsteps hitting the wall above you, they come and they pass and they seem to not stop. Yes, Warren.
Based on my calculations, how close was it to my calculation?
It was about 4 to 5 seconds shy,
Damn.
so a little behind.
I will adjust my variables.
Okay.
Warren's paying attention.
Okay, here we go.
These seconds might matter in
Okay.
the future.
So we only have a few minutes. So as you all have entered, where do you want to move to?
So I believe the plan was for us to move to the wall of the mansion itself, for one of us to fly up to the rooftop and just drop a rope down.
Or
grappling.
grappling.
Or grappling hook. However, your grappling hook has been somewhat inconsistent.
That was on a slanted wall where I couldn't see the top.
I mean,
You can't see the
yeah,
top
with the heavy
of the
top, you can't see.
But
yeah,
then
this
again,
is taller than the
he
wall.
negated the whole I can't see the top because I had spent an hour looking at it. So really it's just a matter of it's not a slanted wall. Is this one a slanted wall?
No.
Cool.
This is more sheer. The DC will go down slightly.
Thank God.
Also, okay, how noisy is the grappling?
Fairly.
My rules on the floor,
Us
so I'm good.
flying would be silent.
We're
Although-
we're cloaked and flying, so
Yeah.
I could also just unlatch my grapple and have whoever's flying fly up with it.
I mean, there are
So
also
the only
ropes
sound
that work.
would be the slight clink of the chain/reinforced rope.
you're going to have to use the grappling hook to get up yourself.
Yes.
But at least
Would that
That's-
need to be
that's the
weight
thing.
it up there.
Yes, but you could
person
fly
doing
and put it
that?
up there and it would be
Yeah.
Alright.
1,000 times more silent than me
Do it.
firing
So-
a hydraulic press.
The only question we have was there was mentioned: do we go into the church area, try to sneak into the church, clear it?
Because it's the difference of clearing it from the roof or clearing it from the
No, clear the church and then make sure, and then work our way up and into the place through that vestibule, or did we want to try to
At
stay
this point, would there
away?
be speculation of where he is? The target?
Well, you guys did not keep one of the 3 members of the Faith alive to try and
That's
look into their brain.
that's why I was saying we go to the chapel and we try to interrogate someone.
Was that part of the plan?
Alright. I
Hello
mean, it
there.
might
It's a
have.
question whether it
Hello,
should be
brother.
qualified.
Someone
Say,
is.
it might have been, but we
Does
can't
anyone have
keep
Speak
thinking
with
about it
Dead?
now. No.
I do. Do I have it prepared?
Do you have it prepared?
Do you have it prepared?
No.
Are you sure?
I know that off the top of my head, no.
I just
Nice.
walk them out.
Could I so he'd have to let me roll like luck check it at disadvantage.
Which is why I was like, we have to kill these guys and get
Do
in
you want
fast.
to?
Yes.
Might as well.
Sure, go ahead. We'll set it as a DC 16 at
Is this
disadvantage.
16 at disadvantage?
You feeling lucky?
That has not been a very good dice.
That one succeeded. But you're right.
Well,
Let's
then
try
your
my
dice- your dice
should try my
fails.
OG dice.
You hit
That one was the exact same. Yeah, they were both 17s plus 3, so
Both
20.
17s? Yes, then you do have Speak with Dead.
What spell level
It's
is
a
that?
third.
I will go ahead
Wait,
and
well, hold
cast
on.
it.
Before you
and I
cast
will-
that, I don't think they have to. Does Speak with Dead require they answer us truthfully? Because they might just either A, lie, or B, not answer questions.
I think they have to answer 5 questions, right? Just like
I thought it was like 3 or 5.
I think it's
Speak with Dead. You grant semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse to answer the questions you pose. It must have a mouth and can't be undead.
You're speaking with the memories in the body, not consciousness.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
you can
Corpse
ask
is
the 5
under-
questions.
The corpse
It
is under no
knows
compulsion
information.
to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it or recognizes you as an enemy.
Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive. The corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it or it recognizes you as an enemy.
it
It
did
never
not
saw
him.
It never saw you.
So if we step back,
So I'm a neutral enemy.
Technically,
You are-
we're all
you're just
invisible,
neutral,
So
yeah.
You are neutral, yes. The spell
But
doesn't
we're
return
also
the
all
creature's
invisible.
soul to its body, only animating its spirits. Thus, it cannot learn new information and does not comprehend anything that has happened since its death.
Nibs is gonna say to you before you cast it, it's like, first off,
You have
tell
some
him we
truth.
need to warn him. It's like, we need to warn him, where is he? Word it that way. 2, ask, how can we set off the alarm to let people know we're here without yelling?
I mean, I don't think,
that's the
I
2
don't think
questions.
the rest of us need to be around.
Yes, but
while
that's-
this is going on. So the
What's
rest of us
the-
could.
yeah,
use
so-
time.
so
That's his steps. He's gonna patch you, and then he's
So
gonna
y'all
walk
will
away.
go to the wall of the temple and hold as Warden does this, yeah?
I mean, I figured.
Not within
I figured we may as
view.
well not lose time.
We're all-
just
we're all
temple
invisible.
whilst This is going on.
Okay. So, are you going to use it on one of the paladins or the cleric? One of the brothers or the father?
the fuck.
The father. Okay.
I mean, thinking of like level of hierarchy, he might know a little bit more than the paladins because they were kind of just his escorts.
Okay. Go
But
ahead.
no matter what,
Remove the spell.
they never saw me. Yes.
What is your first question? As the body kind of half animates and turns towards you and holds a confused look to its by no means rotting yet, but sloughing of the face as it was melted.
Oh yeah. Warden just says, "I'm a smith. I need to sound the alarms." Wait. What was your first question?
It's like, what's his nuts is in danger. How can? Where is he so we
Yes.
can warn him?
Don't say what's.
Yeah.
Picard Rindwall.
Yes. I mean, he's just going to say father, because he's a priest. He says, father, or should we reverend?
He would be father.
Yes, okay. Father, I am one of the smiths. What's his name? Is in danger. Where is he?
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a charisma check. You can choose either persuasion or deception. I will allow it, considering the corpse does not necessarily have intelligence as much as it's choosing whether to recite information that it knows.
Technically, he wouldn't be lying.
Yeah.
Or
He
haven't
said,
lied at all.
I am one of the smiths. He is not one of the smiths.
I am
of
a smith.
this.
Yeah, I am that one of. Well, you consider yourself the Smith.
Well, you did say I am one of the Smiths.
He's
not
one of
a
the Smiths of a different Smith.
It is still deceptive.
Or you can persuade. Either one.
Or
is-
you can persuade. That is
Which
why I'm
one is
They're
allowing
both +0.
Okay, just go ahead and roll the die. We'll call it an advantage. It's dark, and it's a speak with dead.
Thank God it's an advantage. It's a 19.
A 19. Okay, so as that happens, the eyes kind of roll, and he says, Hagar sleeps in the northwest quadrant of the mansion on the 6th floor. There's a chapel just a few steps from his room. He can be found there if he's not asleep.
Warden then asks, I need to notify the guards. How do I sound the alarm?
Without yelling.
Without.
You have good memory because I don't want you to yell the answer. Just I can do that for you. What?
It says, without yelling for me.
At the base of any tower or at the guardhouse, or merely waving, you can draw the attention of any of the guards and we will call you back.
Thank you, Father.
How many questions do I get?
You get 3 more questions. It's 5 questions. Do you have 3 more questions? What's your favorite color?
No, he's gonna ask.
Wait, was that a question?
I'm literally just calling upon this guy's like memories, so it's like the sequence of these questions doesn't bother him at all. But he's going to ask, how many of the faithful are typically in the Church of the Sun?
The rest of the Church of Clavius have already left for the day. Me, Palar, and Quentin are the last to leave in the evenings.
4th question.
Staff.
What do you use to unlock the gate?
It is a series of secret spells gifted upon me by my god.
Oh shit.
Which hooker was the best?
I was about to
What
ask.
is the meaning of life?
No, I was
42.
I was about to ask.
Various things for life and death.
What god did you see? All of them? Surprisingly, only one.
Which hooker did you like best at the gate?
You see his face kind of go strange, and then he almost looks up and to the left, like as if trying to recall. And he says, "The one on the left," and then just falls.
Yes!
I have no idea who was on the left. I just know that
I
2 of
was
them were
on
hookers.
his left.
He was,
He
yeah.
was going out.
Mike
I
would have been
was-
on his left.
I
You
was
couldn't have just
there,
said the
and you
hair
were
color.
there.
Yeah.
No,
No, the ones who had melons.
the one that had the massive badonka on it.
Both of them had massive badonka.
The brunette had much
Okay,
smaller.
but he
Still large,
He
but-
changelinged his tits to be
had
bigger.
double D's. He had
They,
double
who? I don't know.
Brother had Z's, okay? Like,
And they were-
And
touching
put
his
them
knees.
to sleep.
And they were not saggy.
Death by snoo snoo.
Nice.
Okay. With that information, you guys, we're going to go ahead and call the session
Thank
here.
you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I Rocky Talkied all of that info to those who have Rocky Talkies.
And we
then-
are going to begin with the infiltration of the mansion. Now, you by no means asked what's the most efficient way to get to the northwest quadrant. However, you guys are on the northeast side of the building, so hopefully there'll be some ease.
I feel like flight really helps in that regard.
Yeah, but once you get inside,
Fair enough.
Do
You
I-
don't know where it is inside.
I bet they have big blinking neon signs saying this way.
that would be funny, but no. So
I
hope you
wish we
guys.
had passed without trace.
But we also know that there's next to nobody in the church right now.
But the church is not the manor. We don't know what kind of guards he has on the 6th floor. We don't know what the servants are. We know there's a small
You don't
chapel.
know what's going on the inside of the mansion because
The
you
chapel's
don't have
outside.
X-ray.
I want to save that silence until we find him so that he can't do any teleport bullshit. If he could. I don't
He can
know.
probably silent cast.
Say the one thing.
I was going to
So-
say we have 2 people who can counter stuff.
Exactly.
If
the
it's not.
Yeah. The
If we're
one
not
thing
silenced.
I am a little worried about is if the guy has legendary resistance. Because if he doesn't,
He just made slave callers. He's not that legendary.
I was gonna say, I
Is
do
what-
indeed
is what a
have
Tom
people.
thing.
Regardless, we're going to go ahead and end the recording here. Hope you guys had fun. We'll see you next week.